Okay, guys. Good morning, everybody. Hope y'all are having a fantastic morning. It is early Monday morning, and start to another work week, unfortunately. Also, starting it off with a bit of severe weather. Good morning, guys. Hope you guys are doing good out there. Let's see who we got today. We got Anna in the chat. What's up, Anna? Hope you're doing good. And of course, everybody else who is tuning in here, y'all. What's up, Tornado Man? How we doing, good, man? Welcome, welcome. All right, so a little bit of a recap on what has happened so far. I've been asleep, resting, and stuff like that, trying to get prepared for this live stream. So we did apparently have a tornado or two that happened. Apparently, let's see here. Let me bring up SPC. So we have a total of 6 tornado reports so far. So there has indeed been a couple tornadoes. A little bit ago, we did actually have a tornado out here towards kind of southwestern western side here of Oklahoma, which it was confirmed out there by Granite, Oklahoma, a little bit ago. But that tornado warning is no longer in effect there, so we're pretty good with that. But we do have a handful of severe thunderstorm warnings going on right now, and the storms are heading into the Lawton area. So we'll have to be looking out there towards Lawton, as this line is working its way towards that region here. 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and quarter-size hail is currently the issue for the storm out there by Lawton. This also includes like Chattanooga, Grandfield, see here, Cashapp, I think it is, Medicine Park, let's see here, Fort Cobb, see here, Colony, Weatherford, yeah, and Bridgeport. So you guys are in that warning there for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. What's up, GR? Hope you're doing good, man. Let's see. Tornado says we actually had 7 to 8 near Granite and surrounding combined. Those kinematics really set it off. Merger influences were short-lived, though. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, I wasn't awake during all that. I woke up. I was like, oh, shoot, I got to go live again. Well, thanks for the update. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, the kinematics of this event has been nuts. Wind shear is absolutely off the charts here. Let me bring you guys over to... we're gonna pull up the meso analysis here. I kind of want to see what the atmosphere does look like. So let's bring you guys over there. I'm also gonna turn this light up. Okay, well we'll just lose the light anyways. Hold on a minute, y'all. This darn light. The thing's falling on me here. Yeah, darn ring light fell. Let's see. Bear with me, guys. Technical difficulties. Okay, we're good. Anyways, so yeah, let's look at meso analysis here. Let's see what we got going on here. 850. Whoa, dude. Yeah, 850 millibar wind shear. This is about what 5,000 feet up or so. 50 knots. That is a very strong lower level jet. The only problem is, and what's really limiting this storm from being like super explosive is the lack of instability. There's really not a lot of unstable air in this system. We're mostly under 1,000 joules per kilogram of instability, which that's kind of low, actually. That's not a whole lot of instability out here. Now, forecasts has that just kind of, slowly weakening, slowly dying down as we progress through the morning here. So that will be good. So we'll start to wind down a little bit on our severe weather threat in several hours or so. But for now, it's still going pretty strong. We have had here. Let's bring us back over here. We have had some warnings that were in excess of 60 up to 70 miles an hour. I did see. We also do have another warning down here for north central Texas. This is coming up on Wichita Falls. So my folks out there in Wichita Falls, you guys should be watching this closely because the line's getting closer to you guys. It won't be that long until it gets there. But yeah, we got a warning in effect for Electra, Haynesville. Let's see here, Folkits, Focus. Iowa Park, let's see here, Dundee, and out there by McGargle and Seymour. So you guys are, in that warning there for the possibility also for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and some quarter-size hail. What's up, Jewel? Hope you're doing good. What's up, Black Tar? Scott says, hey, Andrew, heading to bed. Wait northwest of Oklahoma City to hop across the state. Little over winds out west spinning. Well, what's up, Scott? Hope you're doing good, man. Welcome. And you said you're in northwestern Oklahoma? OKC. You're northwest of OKC. Gotcha. Yeah, so the storm is approaching in that general vicinity. It will be out there towards El Reno probably within the next hour and a half or so. So it's getting closer. Yeah, it's coming up on Lawton too. Let's see here. Let's see. We're all talking about burgers. It's too early for that, man. What's up, Jack? Hope you're doing good, man. Welcome. Couldn't sleep, so I watched a couple movies. Gotcha, man. Gotcha. But anyways, y'all, we'll keep a close eye out there for that. We do have a tornado watch in effect here. One thing I will do, though, is I'm going to turn off the tornado watch because that just adds too much clutter on the screen. We do got some mesonets, though, that we can look at. So apparently we had a 48-mile-an-hour wind gust out here towards Burns Flat, just slightly to the southeast of Elk City, Oklahoma. As the line went through, they did include tornado possible tag for that northern one. We like I said, we actually did have a tornado not long ago from this line here. Yeah, so we do got that severe warning in effect for Weatherford. Let's see here. Lawton. Yeah, this does include Lawton. And like Hinton, Binger, Mountain View, Gracemont, Apache, Medicine Park, let's see here, Faxton, and Grandfield, Oklahoma. You guys are under the severe warning. But yeah, that does have a tornado possible tag. So cannot rule out a tornado in this storm here. See, yeah. So main concern, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusting, quarter-size hail. Locations impacted include, you guys can see them here. Like I said, Lawton's one of the big ones there. Remain alert for a possible tornado. Tornadoes can quickly develop from severe thunderstorms. If you spot a tornado, go at once into the basement or a small central room in a sturdy structure. So, you guys are not going to be able to see tornadoes if they do happen in this event here because the problem is that these tornadoes, they could develop inside of the line of storms, which would be kind of covered in precipitation. We call these rain-wrapped tornadoes. So basically, a tornado that could develop in these lines, could wrap a lot of rain around the tornado, making it impossible to see day or night. But it's also nighttime, so there is no visibility. There is no way of seeing a tornado. So, yeah, just have your safe spot on standby, and obviously, if a warning gets issued for your location, then take shelter immediately. But for these warnings here that are, the severe thunderstorm warnings, towards like Lawton and stuff, overall it's something that you should just stay away from windows for. No need to necessarily take shelter and stuff like that. So, but yeah, so that's what we got going on there. Let's dive a little bit to the south here. We do got that line extending in down there towards Abilene. Abilene did just actually get that storm. Not severe down here, which is good. Yeah, the current severity, I should say, right now is towards the north central side of Texas. Like I said, out there just to the west of Wichita Falls, towards Seymour and Vernon. That's where we have that warning there. And then north of that goes into Oklahoma, towards Lawton and Weatherford. These are both for the same thing, though. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. So we'll keep an eye out there for that. Let's move back to my other radar here. Gonna look at that. So slowly chugging its way along. Here, let's look at velocity. We're gonna pull up that velocity view. And look out for any rotation. which as of now, it don't really see much rotation. Knock on wood. Hopefully it'll stay that way. But yeah, not a lot of rotation going on right now, thankfully. Let's see. So the line's approaching Carnegie, Oklahoma. Let's see here, out there by Hydro, Alden. Let's see, Indiahoma and Hollister. It's right up on those areas now. Coming up on Loveland there too, here in Oklahoma. This line will pack a punch. I mean, it actually just crossed over that radar site not too long ago. Just pushing through Hollister, coming up on Loveland here. But yeah, this line, could pack a punch here. I mean, like I said, we are talking potential for significant damaging winds out of this event here. Let's bring you guys back over to the SPC. We'll show you guys the risk that we got here for today. So this is the active risk from the Storm Prediction Center. We do have that enhanced risk still in effect, kind of where the storms are rolling through right now. We do have ourselves the enhanced risk level 3 severe weather threat. Still got that 5% chance for tornadoes, which is, a decent shot for a couple tornadoes out there towards southwestern Oklahoma into the west and kind of west central side here of Texas. Here it's a 5% chance for tornadoes overall. So we do have that 2% chance kind of extending around the 5% overall. So the overall tornado threat here is, in the green and in the brown, with the brown being kind of more on the higher end possibility. So a little bit more greater of a probability there towards the brown. Winds, yeah, here's where that significant winds come in play. We do have a 30% hatch risk for damaging winds, in this case, in excess of 70, 80 miles an hour. So, that does include areas out there by like Wichita Falls. And like I said, that's kind of where we're at now, is the line is kind of right in here. At the current moment, that line's like right in that 30%. So at least over the next hour or so, we're going to be in the heaviest of the event. So we really got to watch out there for that. Actually, the heaviest of the event from last time I looked at the models and stuff, it was suggesting that this would the heaviest of it would continue on until about like 6 or 7 a.m. Central Time. So yeah, we still do got a couple of hours left in the heavy stuff, but we'll be here to cover that for you guys. And then hail. Yeah, there's currently no active hail threat, thankfully. This is literally just a tornado and wind damage threat. Now, later on today, though, I'm going to refresh this. So later on today, we do have ourselves a slight risk here. So this is going to be for later on this evening. We do have the continuation of the slight risk out there towards central Oklahoma and out there kind of towards north central Texas. This does include the Dallas-Fort Worth area here in that level 2 severe weather threats, also including Oklahoma City as well. We do have a 5% chance for tornadoes out there. The 5% is just to the northwest of Dallas and the Fort Worth area. However, you can notice we do have a really large 2% chance for tornadoes later this evening. There is a possibility that we could get some tornadoes as high up north as like Kansas City area. So that's a possibility we'll have to look out there for. But I mean, overall, it's a pretty big tornado risk here. In which, like I said, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and a little bit of Alabama will be in the risk here for today for, a couple of tornadoes being possible. That's later this evening. And then, of course, the wind threat is there as well, the greatest in the 15%, which is that level 2 threat. And then lastly, we do have a little bit of a hail threat for later this evening. As of right now, hail's not a concern, but hail could become an issue here as we approach our way into basically later this evening, up there or later this afternoon into the evening, up there towards northern Oklahoma and central and eastern Kansas here. Also a little bit of like western Missouri, barely any in there, but that will continue into later on. Now tomorrow, whenever it comes to it here for Tuesday, we do have ourselves another marginal, just kind of a little continuation of that cold front, of that line of storms that's rolling through. There could be still a little bit of leftover instability in the region here, which could spark some severe storms out there towards like eastern Louisiana, eastern Mississippi. A good little chunk of Alabama's in that marginal. Also a little bit of the western Florida panhandle here. Could be in that risk area. We do got ourselves, sorry, in that risk area, we do have ourselves a 2% chance for tornadoes out here for tomorrow. So we do have a shot for maybe an isolated tornado or two occurring near Mobile, potentially, towards like Pensacola area, possibly. So we'll keep it out there for that. Damaging winds, 5% chance out here as well. Mostly right around like 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts is possible out of some of the storms, and no hail threat. Then, of course, we move into day 3, which is Wednesday. We do have ourselves a little bit of a severe weather threat towards North and South Carolina. Not really anything significant. There's no breakdown quite yet. Then moving our way into the long range here, the next 4 days, 4 to 8. So basically starting here for Thursday to Monday, there's no active severe weather expected. Potential is too low, basically meaning that it's just not looking like we're going to see any severe weather out there. But anyways, so that's a little bit of the extended range forecast. I wanted to do a little bit of an update there for you guys, and that way we can look at all that stuff. But right now, taking a look back at the radar, we have 2 active severe thunderstorm warnings here. One up here in western Oklahoma. Lines approaching towards the Lawton area. Let's look at velocity here. I see a little. Okay, we're good. Just want to check out for any areas of possible rotation going on here, which we'll be paying attention to really closely because, like I said, we actually did have a couple of tornadoes this morning. We did. So we obviously got to keep our eyes peeled and keep on looking at velocity and just radar in general. That way we can, look out for all that stuff. By the way, guys, if you could, share this with your friends and family. Help get that word out there. Share the live stream to them. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing. It'll help us out a bunch. It'll help you guys out a bunch. All right, guys, we got a new tornado warning. Just got issued here out there towards Oklahoma. This is just north of Weatherford, including Thomas. Also, wow, 1.75-inch hail is also possible in that. Holy cow, dude. That's out there by Watauga and Oakwood, Oklahoma. So you guys need to be in your shelters now. This is the whole reason we're live here is to really track these tornadic storms, in which we got a tornado warning that just got issued, y'all. This is why it's very important that we do share this with your friends and family. Help get that word out there. But yeah, tornado warning in effect for the western side of Oklahoma. This does include Thomas, Fay, Eagle City, Oakwood, and Watauga. You guys are in a tornado warning here. Let's see here. At 5:03 a.m. Central Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 6 miles north of Weatherford, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. Hazard, tornado and golf ball size hail. Source, radar indicated rotation. So a radar indicated rotation threat does not mean that a tornado has been spotted, but it rather means that there has been rotation that radar picked up on, which could lead to a tornado. Which could mean that a tornado is developing right now. So you need to be in your shelters here. Once again, this does include the areas out there by Weatherford, Watauga, Thomas, Oakwood, Eagle City, and Fay. You guys are in the locations there, so make sure you guys are in your shelter. This also includes Interstate 40 between mile markers 83 and 86. Take cover now, move to a storm shelter, safe room, an interior room in the lowest floor of a sturdy building. So if you have a basement or a storm cellar, get there now. If you do not, go to the central interior portion of your home, such as a closet or a bathroom, and get down and cover your head. If you're in a trailer, ditch the trailer, find a sturdier structure, because that's not going to provide you any protection, unfortunately. So you want to go find a sturdier structure if you're in a trailer. So once again, tornado warning in effect. Also, like I mentioned, golf ball hail too is a possibility on that storm. That's pretty hefty there. So we'll have to look out there for that. Let's hop to velocity here. Yeah, you can kind of see that little area where the rotation's at. This is right between Weatherford and Thomas, where that rotation's at, and it's moving to the northeast out there towards the the towns of Fay, Eagle City, Watauga, and towards the Oakwood region. So if you're in this region, if you know anybody who lives out here, give them a heads up here. You can kind of see that little area there. Up there. And like I said, it's going to be a little difficult to see these tornadoes too, so do not wait to see or hear them, because you're probably not going to be able to see or hear them. Because, what happens here is that, that tornadic activity can get kind of rain wrapped. So basically, if a tornado happened, it could get caught up in all of this heavy precipitation here, which ultimately could, just really allow for, the tornado to be kind of obstructed, the view to be obstructed, by these curtains of rain that do tend to wrap around the storm. So that is something that you need to take into consideration. So do not wait to see or hear it. You got to take shelter ASAP. Looking a bit down to the south here, once again, the line's approaching towards the Lawton area. See 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail here. So we're keeping a close eye out there for that. So Lawton area, prepare for it. You guys are in a severe warning. Also, it won't be too long before it approaches the Wichita Falls area. Currently, no active warnings for Wichita Falls. However, not too far to the left, or to the west here, out there by Iowa Park, there is a severe warning in place. This will likely be extended into Wichita Falls at some point as that line continues moving its way to the east. So, yeah, if you're in Wichita Falls, prepare for it. It's getting ready to come in soon. This would actually be a great time, if you're in Wichita Falls area, to bring in any loose objects if you haven't already. Anything that could easily go flying around, like lawn furniture, stuff like that. That stuff can easily get blown over and easily taken away. So bring that indoors as quickly as possible, okay? Yeah, just before the storm reaches there. If you're really ahead of this line here, you need to bring in any loose objects, as like I mentioned. These winds here, they can damage and lose your property here. So do it quickly. If you guys are just tuning in, we do have a tornado warning we are currently tracking. This is out here towards the western side of Oklahoma. This does include the area of Thomas, Fay, Eagle City, and Watauga. So make sure you guys are in your shelters. Once again, if you have a basement, storm cellar, get there now. And if you do not, then go to the central interior portion of your home, such as a closet, a bathroom on the inner portion of your home, and get down and cover your head. And then, of course, if you are in a trailer, once again, don't stay in the trailer. That's not going to provide you any protection. You got to leave the trailer. You got to go find a sturdier structure, such as maybe a neighbor's house, not a neighbor's trailer, a neighbor's house, or just a sturdy structure. I mean, some form of brick or concrete building or something like that would be a great option. Let's see here. George says, "I'm in Dallas. Thank you for going live." You're very welcome, my friend. Glad to be here. Hopping back over here to this radar here for a minute. So speaking of the Dallas area, we do have a little bit of storms kind of ahead of this cold front here. These guys ain't really doing much, but just want to let you know that there is a little bit of storm activity heading up here towards the Fort Worth area. Dallas still relatively calm right now. Yeah, Fort Worth is pretty calm too. Not a whole lot going on out there by Dallas, Fort Worth right now. But later on this afternoon and later this morning, that will become a concern. Maybe a little bit of severe weather could be expected out of that, in which we actually do have ourselves a 5% chance for tornadoes out there by Fort Worth, Texas, and then Dallas is in that 2%. So, it's quite unlikely that we'll get tornadoes out by the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but the probability isn't zero. So we need to be looking out there for some tornadic storms as the line goes through. Main concern here is going to be damaging winds overall. We do have a 15% chance out there for damaging winds. Not going to be as significant as they potentially could be right now. Right now we're tracking these wind gusts to potentially be in the range of maybe 70 or greater. Right now they're warned for 60. But the threat overall for right now does include possibly 70, 80 mile an hour winds. But for this area here, it is a non-hatch risk, basically saying that, there's a chance that we could have, just some of the winds a little bit less significant, possibly, up to 60 miles an hour or so could be possible. So keep an eye out there for that. But, all right, hopping back over to the tornado warning, you guys. This is just west of Oklahoma City. You guys can see this is a tornado warning in effect for Thomas, Oklahoma, which also does include Watauga, Oklahoma as well. Make sure you guys are in your shelters. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and play this back in loop a little bit. It looks like there could be this little something there. You see that? A little bit of a couplet going on there. The main area of rotation was right in here beforehand. It kind of seems like that's broken up a little bit. But right there, that looks like a little bit of rotation could be kicking off. So make sure you're in your shelters, guys. This is a potential tornadic storm. I am not actively seeing any debris either. So right now there's no debris being detected. But you know that should not prevent you from going in your shelter. You should not ignore that. You need to be in your shelters, guys. All right, we're gonna hop our way over here back to this radar here. So once again, this includes Thomas, Fay, Eagle City, Watonga, and Oakwood. You guys are in that tornado warning there. Okay, so be careful. And like I said, do not wait to see or hear the tornado, okay? Because like I mentioned beforehand, you know, these storms, these tornadoes could be potentially obscured in rain. We call these things rain-wrapped tornadoes. So there's a possibility that this, this tornadic activity could be wrapped in curtains of rain, which would make it impossible to see even during the day. Especially with it being nighttime and stuff like that, it's just too dangerous. Do not wait to see or hear the tornado. Keeping a close eye on this little area right here. Once again, no debris being detected. There's no debris detection right now, which is a good thing, but let's just hope it stays like that. This area over here is relatively rural, where that rotation's at, but like I mentioned, it is heading towards populated areas near Thomas, Fay, Eagle City, and Watonga. So you folks out there need to be in your shelters here. Once again, Thomas, Oklahoma, Fay, Oklahoma, even including a little bit of Oakwood, Oklahoma, Eagle City, Oklahoma, and Watonga, Oklahoma, you need to be in your safe spots because we do have a tornado warning in effect here. Okay? Let's see here. Yeah, that's that. And of course, we do have these severe warnings in place. These guys are just for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Nothing super significant, but in the line here, you do need to be indoors. Definitely indoors because the winds are still pretty strong on the line here. Make sure you're indoors and away from windows. No need for shelter. No need to take shelter in the severe warnings here. Because it's not tornadic right now for these places here. But yeah, severe thunderstorm warnings, you don't need to seek shelter for unless they're like super significant. But in this case, we're talking 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So yeah, just stay indoors away from windows. You should be good. But the tornado warning, that's different. For the folks out there by Thomas, Oklahoma, Fay, Eagle City, and Watonga, Oklahoma, here in the western side of the state. You guys need to be in your shelters, such as, like I said, basement, storm cellar if you have one. If not, central interior portion of your home, such as a bathroom or a closet. Get down and cover your head. And once again, if you're in a trailer, ditch the trailer, guys. That's not going to do anything. That's not going to provide you any protection. You got to go out and find a sturdier structure. But yeah, once again, this will remain in effect here until 5:30 a.m. So we have about 15 minutes left on this warning here, guys. About 15 minutes. We'll let you guys know when it's safe to come out of your shelters. But for now, I need you guys in your safe spots out there. Now, the line of storms here is approaching areas out by Lawton. Lawton currently under a severe thunderstorm warning out here. Possibility of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. They did include a tornado possible tag. Does not mean that tornado will happen. It just means that tornadoes cannot be ruled out in that storm. So we'll have to be looking out there closely for possible spin-ups in this line here. Okay. And, of course, we do have this one tornado warning here. Here in a little bit, this thing will be approaching the areas out there by El Reno. Currently, the storm is moving its way to the northeast at around 35 miles per hour. So, let's see, 35 miles per hour. So it'll be out there by El Reno in about 45 minutes or so, roughly. It'll be out there by like Cedar Lake in about 21 minutes or so. El Reno in about 45 minutes. Good morning, Christy. Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. Ryan says, hey, Andy, heading to the supermarket. Hope all is well. You too, man. Thanks for joining. Yeah, like I said, guys, if you can share this, you know, if you haven't already subscribed as well, it'll help out the algorithm and will help us out, get this word out here, guys. Very important. Very important. If you guys could help us out with that, help other people out with that, it'd be much appreciated. Like I said, we're watching here. We are watching the storm getting closer towards Lawton area here too, which it'll be there soon. Also, yeah, towards Wichita Falls. Let's see here. How fast is it moving down here? It's moving northeast at 50 down here. So, let's see here. So that'll be roughly about 30 minutes or so by the time it approaches Wichita Falls areas. So we'll see if they add a warning or not. I mean, there's a possibility that could be extended here soon. The warning itself towards Seymour and Vernon does expire here in about 13 minutes. So we'll possibly have an extension here, possibly at some point. We'll have to see. Back to the tornado warning, guys. If you're just tuning in here, we do have a tornado warning in effect for western Oklahoma. This will remain in effect for about another 12 minutes or so. Will expire at 5:30 Central Time. Current areas impacted, like we mentioned, is Thomas, Oklahoma, Fay, Oakwood, Eagle City, Watauga. You guys are under the tornado warning here. This is for the western side of Oklahoma. So here's Oklahoma. On the western side, this is just west of El Reno. There's El Reno. This is just west of Oklahoma City. And this is basically just to the east of Elk City here. As you can see, kind of the east-northeast of Elk City. So it's between Elk City and El Reno. But yeah, so areas out there by Thomas, Fay, Oakwood, Eagle City, and Watauga. You guys need to be in your safe spots, okay? I'm looking out here for rotation. Yeah, rotation's been a little iffy on this storm here, but still need to be watching it closely. No signs of debris, which is a good sign as of now. Hopefully it'll stay in that realm. We don't want any debris being detected. Right now, that rotation right in here is kind of in the rural area here too, but it is heading towards populated areas. Okay. Let's see here. King Hippo says, liked and subscribed. Thanks for the coverage. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing. Helps us out a ton. Obviously helps out everybody as well. That is the goal here, man. To help spread that word, guys. It'll be much appreciated. All right, so like I said, storm is approaching towards Wichita Falls area here. It'll be there about a half hour or so, maybe a little less. Honestly, it looks like the precipitation is lighting up a little bit. Out there on the bottom of the line, out here towards Wichita Falls area. See, it looks a little bit more broken up, which is good. The precipitation values are a little lower. That is good. But still, you know, that storm, in this case, could still be producing like 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. It's still warned for it here, just to the west of Wichita Falls. All right, so we just got a new update, guys, on the tornado warning that no longer includes Thomas. So Thomas, Oklahoma, you guys are no longer under this tornado warning here. They did just de-extend it for that region. However, a tornado warning is still in effect for Fay, Oakwood, Eagle City, and Watauga, Oklahoma. Let's see here. Thanks for your help in keeping us informed and safe. You're very, very welcome, guys. Like I said, I'm glad to be here to help. You know, I've always loved tracking weather and stuff, and it's good to be here to help you guys out, you know, so... You guys are very, very welcome. It's my pleasure, y'all. But we're going to make sure that we keep you guys safe. You know, get that word out there. Very, very important. All right, so we got 9 minutes left on that tornado warning, guys. Not too much longer here. Once again, also quarter hail. They did actually downgrade that. That was actually at golf ball hail at one point. On that previous polygon that we had, they have dropped that significantly. Still is a little bit of hail possible, you know, quarter size hail, but that's not really anything super significant. That's not really a big problem. So that's good. The main problem here is potential tornado here. we're really watching kind of that little area there. It's radar quality isn't the greatest over here, but at least we have a little bit of something. We're still watching that rotation. It's actually heading in the general direction of Watanga. So I do need you guys in your safe spots in Watanga. Once again, obviously, guys, if you have a basement or a storm cellar, get there. That's your number one spot you want to go to. If not, then go to the central interior portion of your home. Basically the lowest floor of your home, in towards the middle. Okay, the lowest floor and in the middle is where you want to go. A basement, if you have a basement or a storm cellar, then go there. But in case of in the central and lowest portion of your home, if you do not have those, you want to go towards a closet or a bathroom. Just a middle room in the center lowest part of your home is where you want to go. Okay, and once again, if you're in a trailer, do not stay in the trailer. That's not gonna protect you. So we need you to move if you're in a trailer. Okay, find a sturdier structure. Warning still includes oak wood, so bits of oak wood. We need you to watch out there for it too. Also, Fay and Eagle City, you guys are in that warning as well. Okay, so make sure y'all are in your safe spots. This is not gonna last too much longer, guys. It's almost time to come out of your safe spots, but still stay in there for now. We got about 7 minutes left on that warning. We'll also see if they extend it or not. So we'll keep a close eye out there for that. How's Lawton looking? Thank you. Yeah, no problem. So yeah, Lawton is actually under a severe warning right now. The line is coming through the region of Lawton. There's no active tornado warnings or anything like that towards Lawton, which is good. But you are in a warning here for the possibility of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. So, we could get a little bit of gusty winds out of the line that's coming through. It's like right up on you right now. I mean, the storm will be there in literally just a couple of minutes. I'm sure you could probably hear it, coming up here towards the region. Actually, it's starting to approach Lawton now. The western side of Lawton is starting to, kind of get towards there. But the main density of Lawton, we still have a few minutes. So yeah, just stay indoors, away from windows, and you should be good. Which is good. Oh, speaking of, we just got a new warning. They did extend here. 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Okay. All right, so that's a pretty big warning they just issued there. So this is shy up to Oklahoma City. This does include El Reno. New severe thunderstorm warning in effect for El Reno, Chickasha. Let's see here, Hennessy. This also includes Kingfisher. Let's see here, Oconee. Hopefully I'm saying these right. Hinton, Binger. Let's see here. Minco, Tuttle, and Apache. You guys are now under a severe thunderstorm warning for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and nickel-size hail, or 0.88 inches in diameter. And there is also a tornado possible tag. It does not mean that there is a tornado, imminent. It just means that tornadoes can quickly develop from this line. Okay, so just keep a close eye out there for that. We'll watch it. If there's a tornado warning that does get extended into these regions, obviously we'll let you know. Okay, but right now, just got a severe warning. But yeah, honestly, in 70-mile-an-hour winds, I would honestly recommend not only staying away from windows inside, but I would also recommend that you go towards the center of your home. You don't necessarily need to get down and cover your head like a tornado warning and 70-mile-an-hour wind gust severe warning. But I would recommend that you still go indoors and away from windows into the interior portion of your home. We just got a new tornado warning, guys. They extended that tornado warning here, including Hitchcock and Watanga. Also, Greenfield, Oklahoma, is now included in this tornado warning here. So this is, once again, y'all, for the western side of Oklahoma. But yeah, Hitchcock and Watanga, also Greenfield here is inside of the tornado warning here. Remember, this is also going to be possibly producing 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts on top of that. So we'll have to look out there for that. But this back warning here is about to expire. Oakwood area, you guys are almost good to come out of your shelter. but we still got about 4 minutes left on that warning there. But yeah, the new warning does include Greenfield, Oklahoma, which is basically just slightly to the northwest of El Reno. So yeah, Greenfield, Watonga, and Hitchcock area. Also, Loyal is included there too. Yeah, you can see that precipitation here. Really starting to head into those regions towards Watonga and Greenfield. So you're really getting that picking up. One thing again, guys, is that do not wait to see or hear the tornado, because unfortunately in these type of cases and these squall lines, these long line of storms, unfortunately what happens is that the heavy rain around the tornado can obscure its view, even during the daytime. We call these rain-wrapped tornadoes, and there is a possibility for that. So do not wait to see or hear it, also because it's nighttime too, which makes it a bit more dangerous. So please just make sure you guys are in your shelter overall. We're watching the rotation near Greenfield and Watonga. Rotation is near Greenfield towards Watonga, out there towards like Hitchcock and Loyal. Let's see here. Am I good in Dallas? So Dallas is good for now, although later this morning into the evening today, we do need to watch out for the Dallas area, mostly for gusty winds, but an isolated tornado cannot be ruled out in the general area. So looking at the debris tracker, as of now, there is no detections, which is good. I'm not seeing any debris, but like I mentioned, that does not necessarily mean that there is no danger, which there certainly is still, because, like I said, we have rotation, just no debris detection yet. So the thing is for it to show up on the debris tracker, the tornado has to be on the ground and it has to hit something. There has been cases where the tornado is on the ground, but it doesn't show up on the debris tracker because it hasn't hit anything, okay? So a tornado does have to hit something for it to show up on the debris tracker, because if it hits something, it takes that debris, shoots it up in the air, and the radar scans it, in which then it shows up. Which right now we're not seeing anything show up that way. However, we do have some rotation that's being detected from the radar here. So that is that. Let's see here. Tabletop says, "Hey, howdy, Andrew. Seeing the Carolinas are in day 3 marginal. Yeah, it's just a little severe weather risk. Nothing to be concerned of out there. I mean, we'll keep a close eye on it, but I don't think it'll be much of anything. Just got a new warning, guys, for Wichita Falls, Texas. They did extend that warning there. Let's go ahead and hop down. We're going to bring up our radar to the bottom here. The KDYX radar out there towards Eastland and near Abilene. So we do got ourselves a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and penny-size hail. So hail up to 0.75 inches in diameter. Storms, heading into the Wichita Falls area. This warning also does include areas near Lakeside City, Dean, Jolly, Windthorst, Archer City, and Holiday. You guys are also in that warning there too. So look out there for some gusty winds. You don't necessarily need to seek shelter for this, for severe thunderstorm warnings, but or this severe thunderstorm warning. But stay away from windows. Okay, stay away from windows and remain indoors. That's what you got to really do in that type of situation. Now, we do have this one warning, though, like I said, towards El Reno, overall, in which this one here is, like I said, for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, which is, yeah, pretty strong. So in this case, I would honestly recommend, if you're in this warning here, this 70-mile-per-hour severe thunderstorm warning, I would recommend not only do you stay indoors away from windows, but I'd honestly recommend that you probably should go towards, basically go towards your the middle of your home would be highly recommended. What time will Dallas get hit, and how bad do I think? So ETA on Dallas here. Here, let me quickly pull this up. Let's see here. So ETA on Dallas. Now take this with a grain of salt, but it shows the line kind of rolling through maybe around like late morning. sometime around maybe 10 o'clock or so. I'd say between like 9 and 11 a.m. or so. Take that lightly, though. And there could be a couple showers ahead of that. But yeah, take that with a grain of salt. Don't take that too serious. I mean, models are good, but they're not perfect. All right, let's hop back over here to the tornado warning. So if you guys are just tuning in here, we do have a tornado warning we're watching. This is out here in Oklahoma. This is just to the northwest of El Reno. For towns at Watonga, Hitchcock. Let's see here. This also includes Loyal. Let's see here, and Greenfield. Make sure you guys are inside of your safe spots, okay? Once again, if you have a basement storm cellar, get there now. And if not, then go to the central interior portion of your home. Once again, lowest floor of your home, in the middle of your home, in such of a room like a closet or a or a bathroom. Just a small interior room on the middle of your home would be the place to go. And get down and cover your head. So this will remain in effect for about another half hour or so. Yeah, could even be a little bit of hail on it or two. Seeing some pretty high echoes out there by Greenfield. There could be a little bit of hail mixing in with that. Let's see here. We're gonna pull up this here. So yeah, tornado quarter size hail, radar indicated rotation. So yeah, radar indicated threat means that radar is just picking up some rotation here. So as of now, there's no confirmation on this thing being on the ground, but there is rotation, which could ultimately lead to tornadic formation. Okay, that's why there's a warning in place to make sure you guys are just making it safe. So yeah, Greenfield, Watonga, Hitchcock, and Loyal in your shelters, guys. In your shelters. What's for San Marcos, Texas? Let's see here. Yeah, nothing severe right now. You guys are honestly relatively good. Just a few showers out there by right now. Currently not an issue for you. Yeah, you should be pretty good. Yeah, right now the main concern here is out here like in western Oklahoma here. Yeah, here's the latest day one outlook here from the Storm Prediction Center. And out there towards San Marcos, I mean, you're on the edge of the marginal, the level 1 threat. So fairly low probability of you seeing anything crazy. But just, keep an eye on the radar for a little bit this morning. And if there's a warning that does get issued nearby, then take action accordingly. Once again, folks, if you know anybody out there by El Reno, Oklahoma, also including areas by like, let's see here. Chickasha, I have no idea how you say that one, towards Bangor, Tuttle, let's see here, Yukon, Kingfisher area, Dover. If you know anybody out there, we do got a warning for 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So we're talking, near hurricane force wind gusts could be possible out of this line here. So make sure you're away from windows. Make sure that you're, just away from windows and towards the middle of your home. Just stay far away from windows, okay? Most homes are able to withstand 70 miles an hour, especially out here. But, there could be damages, though, from these winds, But, yeah, homes should be good. It's just, there could be some damages from that. You don't want to be outside during that, okay? So just stay indoors away from all of that, and you should be fine. Hopping back to the tornado warning here, y'all. So we do have that storm out there by Greenfield, Watonga right now, coming up on Hitchcock right now, and heading towards Loyal, Oklahoma. Rotations near Watonga, kind of pulling away from Greenfield here, but still need you guys in your safe spots. As long as that polygon is over your area, you need to be in your safe spot. Okay? That's the rule I play by, is if you're under a tornado warning, if you're physically under one, if you're under that polygon, then you need to be in your safe spot. Okay, so Greenfield, I still need you guys in it. Actually, Greenfield's good now. So they did actually de-extend that warning just now for Greenfield area, but still in effect for Watonga, Hitchcock, and Loyal. You guys still need to be in your safe spots here. Let's see. Will Dallas be good this morning? So Dallas does need to watch it. Although Dallas's threat is not going to be as significant as what we're tracking now. Dallas should watch out later this morning. It'll be after sunrise and stuff by the time the line gets there. The main thing that Dallas has to watch out for is maybe some gusty winds, upwards of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and some rare cases maybe up to 70. But nothing significant is expected, both wind or tornadic probability. Now there is a possibility that a couple isolated tornadoes could occur near the Dallas area, but it's relatively on the low end scale. So it's quite unlikely that you'll get a tornado, but anyways. But still, just keep an eye on the radar later this morning. It'll be like just before afternoon whenever you get that activity. Let's see here. But anyways, so yeah, once again, everybody, if you're just now tuning in, we got ourselves a tornado warning here in the western side of Oklahoma. As you guys can see, here is the state of Oklahoma. This is just to the northwest of El Reno. Out there for the town of Watonga, Hitchcock, and Loyal. You guys are under that tornado warning there. Also, like I mentioned as well, with that severe thunderstorm warning that's in place, there's also the possibility here for possibly like 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So we certainly could have some gusty winds on this here as well. Not only potential tornadic activity, but we also could be seeing some, we could be seeing some strong winds with that as well. Maybe even a little bit of hail. Could be possible. Out there towards Greenfield, we do have that little patch there. You can start to see some of those echoes on previous scans here. They're kind of in the pink there. That's radar suggesting that there's some bigger objects, either heavy, big drops of rain or possibly some small hail was included in that. The precipitation's starting to lighten up out there by Greenfield. The tornadic threat's mostly good for Greenfield, so you guys are good to come out of your shelters in Greenfield. Watonga, still need you guys in your safe spots though. Hitchcock and Loyal, same thing for you all. This warning will last about another. Let's see here. This will expire at 6 a.m., which is in about 21 minutes or so. So we got a little bit longer on that. What about Alexandria, Louisiana? Nothing really going on in Louisiana right now. Later this evening, though, for Louisiana, we will keep a close eye out there for, a couple isolated tornadoes across the state and maybe some relatively scattered damaging wind gusts could be occurring out there through Louisiana. Definitely nothing along this magnitude. It should be a little bit more tame. Let's see here. Dallas is going to get hit hard at 9 o'clock, 75-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So, yeah, the timing for Dallas is a little iffy. It'll be later morning, though, overall. So, yeah, we'll have to look out there for that. It will be later morning whenever we do get that line. It will be not as significant, once again, possibly like those winds up in like 60, maybe upwards of 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts overall. So that's that. You're welcome, Ancients. No problem. No problem. So yeah, Lawton, actually currently getting the line right now. Hopping down here, you guys can see Lawton, Oklahoma is currently getting the line. So you guys are getting some of those gusty winds. Make sure you're indoors, away from windows out there by Lawton. Right now we're talking 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. A little bit of hail, nothing super crazy. I mean, penny-size hail is not considered severe hail, so you're good with that. But yeah, just a bit of gusty wind, stay away from windows. Same thing for Wichita Falls. The storm's getting a little closer to those areas. So let's hop our radar. We're going to go towards Abilene's radar here. Take a quick little peek at that. Yeah, you can see some of those storms are working their way towards Wichita Falls, so you guys will be getting that soon. So now would be a good time to go away from windows. Basically just stay away from windows, and you should be pretty good in that scenario. Hopping back to the tornado warning, though. If you guys are just tuning in here, guys, we do have a tornado warning in effect for the western side of Oklahoma, out there by Watonga, Hitchcock, Loyal. So make sure you all in your safe spots. We only have about 19 minutes left on this warning, so not super long to go, but we still need to be in there for a little bit. I'll let you guys know when it's safe to come out. Let's see here. Yeah, tornado, quarter-size hail. Yeah, so there will also be the possibility for maybe some quarter-size hail, which is kind of a low-end hail concern. So there could be a little bit of hail included in that. But the thing is, though, is also there is a possibility for 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts out there. So we're talking some really strong wind gusts going out there overall. Which could be near hurricane force. So if you're ahead of this line out there by like El Reno, Union City, obviously you're still a little bit away from that line, but it's approaching quickly. If you can quickly do so, I'd recommend bringing in any loose objects outside if you haven't already, stuff that can easily go flying. Just bring that in as quick as possible. And just make sure you're back in the house by the time that line gets to you. It'll be towards El Reno here. Let's see here. We're going to do a little bit of a math calculation here real quickly. So it's moving northeast at 40. Okay. So if we look at the current point of where the storm is at, so out there by El Reno, it'll be there in about 20 minutes. So that's enough time to bring in some loose objects if you have any out there towards El Reno. Bring them indoors. Anything on the patios, stuff like that could easily be blown over or blown around. Bring in plants and stuff like that quickly by the time it gets there. And then obviously, once that line approaches, then go indoors and stay away from windows at that point. Because those outside objects could not only damage and lose your property, but it could also pose a hazard to other people's property as well, or other people. So just make sure that you just bring that in quickly. Really, if you're ahead of the line, I mean, honestly, for my folks in Oklahoma City, you guys aren't necessarily under a warning in Oklahoma City, but that line will approach Oklahoma City here in a little bit. So preparing accordingly, preparing ahead of time is great. And areas out there by Norman, same thing. I mean, really just like central Oklahoma. This line ahead of the line here, I would heavily recommend that you do that. Do I think that Alexandria, Louisiana, could get up to 65-mile-per-hour wind gusts? It's very unlikely. Very unlikely that you will. Although a couple of isolated severe thunderstorms nearby could produce winds up to around 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. But it's fairly unlikely. You're in that marginal level 1 threat, which is a low concentration, relatively lower threats. It still can't be ruled out completely, so you still need to keep an eye on it. But it's not as great of a concern as it is out towards here. By then, there's not going to be as much instability or fuel for the storms as there is now. Which that will significantly weaken the storms overall and not make them as potent. All right, let's do a little update on this tornado warning, y'all. Once again, if you're just tuning in here, guys, we do have an active tornado warning here in western Oklahoma. This is out there by Watonga and Hitchcock, so we're watching out for that. This also includes Loyal. We do have ourselves also a severe thunderstorm warning in effect out there as well. 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts is a possibility. 0.88 inches in diameter hail is also possible, which that's not really a problem. Mostly just the tornado itself and potentially 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts is something that we really need to look out for. So if you're out there in Watonga, Hitchcock area, Loyal, in your shelters, guys. Once again, if you have a basement, storm cellar, get there. If you do not, then go to the central interior portion of your home, such as a closet, a bathroom. That would be the place to go if you do not have a basement or storm cellar. And once again, if you, honestly, like I said, if you are in a trailer, completely ditch the trailer and go find a sturdier structure, okay? Because unfortunately, trailers are not going to be a good place to be during a tornado, okay? Looks like that rotation's a little bit further away from Watonga. You guys are pretty much good, but you're still in that polygon. I still want you guys in your safe spot. That's the rule of thumb I play by, is if you're in the polygon, you need to be in your shelter. It looks like that concern is to the north here of Watonga at this point in time. Also, reflectivity is showing that you're in light precipitation. The line is now east of you. I think if you're in Watauga, I think you're good. But like I mentioned, the way I play this is if you're in the polygon, you still need to be in your shelter regardless. So Watauga, you guys are almost good. Hitchcock, you guys need to be in your safe spot. Same thing for Loyal, Oklahoma. If you guys don't know where this is at, this is just slightly to the northwest of Oklahoma City. If I do a little bit of a measurement from the heart of Oklahoma City to the heart of the warning, this is about 55 miles to the northwest of OKC, which is also not that far from El Reno. El Reno is right here. This is, so from central El Reno to central Polygon, this is about 35 miles. Just a little bit of a way to kind of show you guys where this is at. This is also just south of Fairview, east of Thomas, east of Oakwood. And like I said, the warning areas is for Watauga, Hitchcock, and Loyal. We got about 13 minutes left. Not too much longer left on that tornado warning there. Looks like we got a bit of rotation out there by Omega. Let me pop up a correlation coefficient here. Yeah, no debris signatures. As of right now, there is no debris being tracked, which is good. But, like I said, don't let that deter you from being in your shelter. We still need to be in your safe spots, guys. Still need to. Debris signature or not, there still is that possibility. I mean, like I said, I explained this before, guys. For the new people who's just joining in here, sometimes you can have tornadoes on the ground without them showing up on the debris signature. The tornado really has to hit something heavy for it to pick up on radar. So basically the way it works is that radar can detect the differential between a raindrop and debris, whether it being a leaf, twigs, wood, whatever. It can tell the difference. That's what that dual polarization radar, that cross beam, can really do, which is amazing. In which, if it detects that there's a difference, it's like, hey, that does not look like a raindrop. So then it plots that on the map. And that's what we see on the debris tracker, if there's debris. But just know that there can be, just know that there can be tornadoes without it showing up on debris tracker. So I still want you guys to be in your safe spot regardless. Once again, Watauga, Hitchcock, and Loyal in your safe spots right now. We're really going off of rotation right now. Where there's rotation, there is threat for tornadoes. And we have detected rotation in this storm here. Good morning, Asin. Hope you're doing good. Let's see. I won't say as not from the States, but listening to this, man. I'm glad you are, CC. Hope you're doing good, man. Welcome. Oh, you're from the UK? That's awesome, man. Well, hope you're doing good. Hello from across the pond. Also, heads up towards El Reno. Once again, y'all, we got the line heading in towards the El Reno area. This is also heading out there towards basically just running down Highway 81. A lot of Highway 81, really between like Hennessy and really all the way down towards the Texas-Oklahoma line. Should be bracing for this here. El Reno, Minco, Chickasha, Rush Springs, Marlow. Yeah, you guys need to be getting ready for this. But yeah, out there by El Reno, we could be picking up possibly 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts out there. I mean, it's certainly possible that we could get some damaging gusts out of this here. And in this case, what I'd want you guys to do is just to stay away from windows. This is not a storm you really want to be outside watching. I know a lot of Midwestern folks and stuff like that. I mean, shoot, I used to be that way, or I am that way, which I would not advise doing. This really wouldn't be a good storm to be sitting out on your porch and watching, because 70-mile-an-hour winds can be damaging, and there could be flying debris in 70-mile-an-hour winds. So highly would go against that. So don't be outside. Anything that's loose outside could easily get tossed around. So what I want you to do in this case, including my folks in El Reno, just like I mentioned, stay indoors, away from windows. I would recommend you go towards the middle of your home. That'd be highly suggested. But just most importantly, stay away from windows out there. That's really the main thing. So tornado warning, we have about 9 minutes left. Not a whole lot longer left on that warning, thankfully. We still got that warning for Watauga, Hitchcock, and Loyal. If we hop over to velocity here, radar quality is fairly low, but we are still watching, little areas here that we're paying attention to. We'll see if they extend that warning or not. They may. We'll have to see how that plays out. That's up to the Weather Service here. But Polygon's still there. Therefore, you need to be in your safe spot. Like I said, I don't care if the rotation's nowhere near some of these areas. If you're in that polygon, you need to be, in your safe spot. Okay, that's just how we play it here. So storm's also approaching Wichita Falls now, capable of producing 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So not as significant wind damage, possibilities as that northernmost warning for 70. So Wichita Falls could pick up maybe 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts overall. So stay away from windows. Once again, 60-mile-an-hour winds can cause some damage and can throw around some stuff as well. So just need you guys away from windows, most importantly, and indoors. Like I said, yeah, it is approaching El Reno pretty quickly. I don't know. Do I have any cameras of El Reno? I think I want to say I do. Let's see if we can get some live views of this coming in here. No promises. Wait a minute. No, we do have cameras. Nice. Okay. I don't think we have any in El Reno, but we do have some in Oklahoma City. So as the storm does get near OKC, we can look at cameras at that point. But for now, this is a lot of rural areas in the programs we use to look at cameras is not available for El Reno. But as the storm gets closer to OKC, we'll definitely look at that. Let's see here. All right, so yeah, Lawton right now is kind of in the middle of all that heat. In the storm right now, Lawton is 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts on that, and once again, penny hail's not a problem. Once hail gets basically quarter size or greater, that's when it becomes a problem. And with the hail 0.75 inches in diameter or penny size, that's really not a big issue, honestly. So that's good. That's good. But yeah, the thing we got to really look out for, though, and the reason that we actually have that warning there is for the 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So, we could pick up some gusts, once again, 60 mile an hour or greater there. Let's see here. What's the helicity? Inflow or surface to 3 kilometer? What helicity you want to look at here. We'll actually quickly look at mesoanalysis. I do want to look at that real quickly. Helicity we'll do effective is probably the best. Wow. Yeah, upwards of 300 or 400. But instability is fairly low, anywhere from 500 to 750 joules per kilogram mixed layer instability. Fuel's not heavy. It's definitely not heavy in fuel, but it's heavy in kinematics. Heavy in wind shear. So this is what we call a low cape, high shear environment. All right, so this tornado warning is about to be expired here. I mean, the storm is pretty much moving its way out of the polygon here for one. We got 6 minutes left here. Once again, Watauga, Hitchcock, and Loyal. Oh, okay, now for Hitchcock and Watauga, you guys are almost good to come out of your shelter, but they did, unfortunately, just extend that tornado warning a bit more to the northeast here. So new tornado warning has been issued. This includes Loyal as well. Hennessy, Wacomas, I think it is, and Drummond. You guys are now in a tornado warning here. This is basically just pure north of El Reno. There's El Reno. This is just to the north of El Reno. But yeah, Hennessy, Wacomas, Drummond, and Loyal, you guys are now in the tornado warning there. We still have that warning in place for Hitchcock and Watauga, but I think that's getting ready to pull away. And we have 5 minutes left on it naturally if they don't that's if they don't pull it sooner. So that's that. We still got that severe warning. We have 20 minutes left on this one. Once again, that line is approaching El Reno very quickly. It will be in El Reno fairly soon. That storm is moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. So, let's see here. That's not really working. There we go. 40 miles an hour. So this will approach El Reno in about 20 minutes, roughly. So you guys will be getting that line. So if you have anything that's loose, honestly, probably even a little bit sooner. Let's be real. Yeah, I'd say between 10 and 20 minutes it'll be there. If you have anything that loose outside, quickly bring it in. You don't have much time if you're in El Reno. Just make sure you're indoors by the time that storm does get there. Because we do have 70-mile-an-hour wind potential on it. And once that line gets to you, you need to be in your safe spot, or not necessarily like a tornado, but you do need to be away from windows at least, overall. I would honestly recommend that you just go to the middle of your home anyways, and away from windows. But yeah, so they did just issue a new tornado warning, like I said, y'all. This is for the kind of the northwestern, north central side of Oklahoma here. This is out there by the town of Hennessy, Wacomas, Drummond, and Loyal, Oklahoma. If that rings a bell, if you know anybody out there, give them a heads up. Send the live stream to them. If you haven't already, guys, hit that subscribe button so it helps boost the algorithm. If you could, that way to help us out and help everybody else out as well. It would be much appreciated. And the most important thing that you guys can do to help out is share this. Help get that word out there. Even if you don't know anybody who's near these areas, if you share it to your friends and family, there's a good shot that they might know people who's in the track. So it could really help out if you help distribute this with us, guys. It'd be much appreciated. But yeah, so we do have that tornado warning in effect for Loyal. Let's hop to velocity here. Looking at a little bit of rotation out there by Loyal, and this is tracking once again towards Hennessy and towards Wacomas and Drummond. Let's see here. How fast is this one moving here? We're gonna grab a view here. See how quick. Moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. So let's do this here. We'll do 45 miles per hour. So it'll be roughly in Hennessy in about 25 minutes or so. Roughly. Take this with a grain of salt. You need to be in your shelter now. Do not wait until that time. But this is just a estimated time here. Towards Wacomas in about like 35 minutes or so. Wacomas is on the edge of the polygon, so it might take a little bit before it reaches there. But yeah, Hennessy, that's about 23 minutes or so. Yeah, 23 minutes or so. Let's see here. And Loyal will be there, like, basically now. It's right over at Loyal currently. So, once again, in your shelters. And if you guys have a basement storm cellar, that's where you want to go. If you do not have a basement or a storm cellar, get to the central interior portion of your home. Lowest floor, center portion of your home, away from windows, and find yourself like a bathroom or a closet. That would be an optimal place to go. Just away from windows and in the middle of your home is where you want to go. And like I mentioned, folks who live in trailer homes, that's not going to provide any protection, unfortunately. So what I would need you to do is to leave that place as soon as possible and go find a sturdier structure somewhere, such as a building, a store, a restaurant, something that's just more structurally found rather than a trailer, because unfortunately that's not going to provide any protection. It looks like that rotation is right near Loyal right now. We're going to hop to the correlation coefficient view here. As of now, good news, I don't see any debris signatures, but like I mentioned, there can be tornadoes without a debris signature. The thing is that, for debris to show up, it needs to hit something hard first, overall. So that's that. By the way, guys, folks out there in Watauga and Hitchcock, that warning is now canceled. You guys are no longer under a tornado warning for Watauga and Hitchcock, so you guys are good to come out of your shelter. So you guys are pretty good. I'd still recommend staying indoors, for a little bit longer, as there still could be, some nearby gusty winds and stuff, but that's that. But yeah, that line of storms is going through Loyal right now, which we still have that tornado warning in effect for, which will be quickly coming up on Hennessy, Oklahoma, Drummond, and Wacomas. So, bit of a heads up for you guys. See, is Dallas okay? Yeah, no, Dallas is fine right now. Later this morning, we do need to watch out for Dallas, as there could be some nearby gusty winds, as well as maybe some tornadic activity. It's relatively low, and it's a relatively very unlikely for you to see a tornado, but the probability is not zero. It's a low threat, but it's still something that you need to monitor. So later this morning, if you're out there in Dallas area, we're talking between roughly 9 and 11 a.m. Is when that line of storms could roll through, which could pose a gusty wind concern or a tornado concern. A few isolated tornadoes. Most likely we would be relatively weak as well, weak and brief. Thankfully, we are not under any significant tornado risk, though, so that's good. Let's see here. So that line is approaching El Reno right now, out there towards Minco. Right now, we are talking 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts here, with that storm. So we're talking near hurricane force wind gusts being possible. So yeah, be indoors, away from windows. You do not want to be caught outside in that because it's very dangerous because, in 70-mile-an-hour winds, you can have debris. You can have, debris hit you. Flying objects will be a thing in 70-mile-an-hour winds. So yeah, definitely just stay indoors, away from windows. You do not want to be near a window. You don't want that shattering near you. Not saying it will, but it could in 70-mile-an-hour winds, in which, just be careful, stay indoors, away from windows. Honestly, I'd even recommend going to the central part of your home. Now, for the tornado warning, you need to be in your basement, storm cellar. If not, if you do not have any of those, the central interior portion of your home. Like I said, such as a closet, a bathroom, just in the lowest floor, central portion of your home. And that includes Loyal, it includes Hennessy and Wacomas, also Drummond, Oklahoma. This is on the, you guys can see Oklahoma State here. This is for kind of the northwestern side of the state here overall. In which, we do have ourselves about 27 minutes left on that warning. Now, the thing is that 70-mile-an-hour winds also does contribute to these areas as well. So not only could we have, a tornadic possibility here, or tornadic potential, but we also could have, 70-plus mile-an-hour wind gusts. It could be a possibility too. Not only do we need to look out for tornadoes, but we also need to look out for damaging winds. It's just best that you're in your safe spot regardless in this area here. Loyal, Hennessy, Wacomas, and Drummond in your safe spots immediately. This is definitely not a nice storm. So we definitely need to look at that one very, very closely. Hop into velocity here. We're going to take a look here at the overall velocity view here. Actually, let's bring it up on this radar here. So yeah, you can see there is a little bit of rotation out there towards Loyal. As of now, I do not see any. Let's see here. My program's being a little slow over here. Out there by Loyal in there, we do have a little bit of rotation. Like we mentioned, this is tracking to the northeast here overall. This is heading up out there towards the regions of, let's see, also Lacey. Yeah, Lacey included here too. Lacey, Hennessy, Bison, Wacomas, and Drummond is where that activity is heading towards. I noticed the tornadoes are forming on the west side of the storm instead of the east side. They're kind of forming in the line here. See, that's a bit of the problem, guys, is the fact that these storms, like these tornadoes, can develop inside of the heavy precipitation, which is an issue because what essentially can happen is all of that heavy rainfall can wrap around the tornado and create what we call a rain-wrapped tornado. Which the problem with that is even during the daytime, you cannot see rain-wrapped tornadoes because they're obscured in rainfall. So basically, it's like, yeah, you can't wait to see or hear a tornado. You gotta act quick, and you gotta be in your safe spot. Now, also with it being nighttime, that's also a big concern, because you can't see at night, for one, but also rain-wrapped tornadoes, which you can't even see during the day most of the time, is an issue. So yeah, do not wait to see or hear it because it'll just be way too late. You need to be in your shelter now. Once again, we're tracking a bit of rotation out there. Honestly, two little areas we're keeping a close eye out there for. Once again, this is passing through Loyal. It has passed through Loyal. I think you guys out by Loyal are relatively good. However, you're still in that polygon. I still need you in your shelter. That's, like I said, that's the way I roll here, is if you're in the warning, if you're in that polygon, you still need to be in your shelter. Even though Loyal looks pretty good right now, This is still a concern for Hennessy and Lacey areas. Also heading up here towards Bison, Wacomas, and Drummond. Heads up for you guys. Let's see here. Please tell me about Waraka. I have no idea how you say that. Lake northeast of Wichita Falls. What can I expect? So right now, the Wichita Falls area is under a severe warning, in which we are talking, potentially 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts being a possibility. So I'd recommend being indoors, away from windows. While that storm does pass throughout the region, I would recommend that you just stay away from windows and stuff until the storm passes, and once the storm passes, then you can go back out. But for now, if you're out there by Wichita Falls, yes, I do need you to be away from windows still and indoors, okay? Will these storms make it to North Mississippi? So later today, there will be a threat for some of those areas out there, yes. But for northern Mississippi, not as much. This threat today, this is the later on threat this afternoon and evening. We are going to be getting into, that potential threat for severe weather more towards the central and southern side of Mississippi. While we could have a couple storms out there by northern Mississippi, they're not expected to be severe. The more severe storms are going to be a little bit more to the south, where there's a bit more heat, a little bit more moisture transfer, as well as more instability, more fuel for those storms. They're going to be a little bit more capable the more further south in Mississippi. But for the northern side, not really going to be anything super special. Let's see here. Yeah, no problem. You're very, very welcome. By the way, guys, we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning for Oklahoma City for 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Okay, so this is a pretty big warning here. So, guys, if you know anybody by the OKC area, Oklahoma City is now under a severe thunderstorm warning here overall. This includes the Slaughterville area here. Let's see here. Moore, including Moore, Norman, Oklahoma, Oklahoma City, Mustang, Piedmont, Arcadia, Edmond. See, Kingfisher, Cedar Valley, Orlando, not Florida, Oklahoma, Marshall, Fairmont, and Garber. This is a severe thunderstorm warning that is now in effect for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Still quite a healthy line we're dealing with here. I mean, look at it. Right now it's kind of extending throughout Highway 81 right now. Yeah, it's really going down in Highway 81 at the current moment here. We do have a tornado warning in effect. Actually, they just de-extended it for Loyal. Loyal, Oklahoma, you guys are good to come out of your shelters. You guys are good there. However, I do need my folks out there by Hennessy, Wacomas, and Drummond to be in your safe spots. Let's see. Hey, man, I'm a forecaster. OU College. Storm is real. Starting to spin a lot. Not trying to self-advertise. Yeah, well, it's definitely got a little bit of twistiness to it. It says there is some pretty high helicity values here. If the storm can get a good pocket of instability, along with that wind shear that's in place, we could make some tornadoes happen tonight, which, there already has been some, I should say this morning. There already has been tornadoes out of this event here. It's just we're kind of watching to see if it does anymore. Which right now we do have a tornado warning in effect. If you guys are tuning in here, this is a warning for Lacey, Hennessy, Bison, and Wacomas, also Drummond, Oklahoma, which is just north of El Reno here. This is just north of El Reno. So we're definitely keeping a close eye out there for that, in which obviously you need to be in your safe spot out there. Basement, storm cellar, if you have one, get in there. If you do not, then go to the central interior portion of your home on the lowest floor, and like I said, cover your head. Find a room such as a closet, a bathroom. That would be an optimal place to go. If you do not have a storm cellar or a basement, that would be the place to go. That way you guys can, obviously take shelter there, which you don't want to be on. You don't want to be on the outside of your home. You want to be on the interior portion overall. Once again, trailers, y'all at that point just need to leave and find a sturdier structure, because trailers is not going to provide any protection for you. Let's see here. But yeah, so that's that. We got ourselves about 20 minutes left on that tornado warning here. But for the people who's just joining, we did just get a big warning that got issued for the Oklahoma City area out there by Norman. Let's see here. Oklahoma City area. We have Edmond, sorry. Crescent, Marshall, Covington, Garber, Billings, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts out there. We could have a little bit of small hail included. Nothing significant, nothing big at all. Penny-size hail, not an issue really. But we do have a tornado possible tag. Now, what that means is that there could be some tornadic activity in that storm, so be aware. It does not mean that there's an immediate danger of tornadoes whenever it says tornado possible. It just means that tornadoes can happen. Now, the tornado warning, that means that, tornado is forming or is already there, in which, you need to be in your safe spots if you're in a tornado warning. Once again, this storm is actually actively coming up on areas towards Hennessy, out there by Bison, Lacey, Wacoma, and Drummond. So make sure you all are in your safe spot here overall. Looking at velocity, like I said, just kind of all over the place here. This line, what I've noticed out of the line here is that it's kind of quick in what it does. It looks calm for a minute, and then quickly it can start rotating. So we need to be watching this one pretty closely here. Which, like I mentioned, Loyal, Oklahoma, you guys are good. The storm is rolled out of those areas. However, areas out there by like Lacey, Hennessy, Bison, Wacomas, and Drummond, you guys need to be in your safe spots now. Once again, basement, storm cellar, if not central interior portion on the lowest floor of your home, such as a closet, a bathroom, would be the place to go overall. And with that line coming through, it's actually just now passing through El Reno. Pretty healthy looking line still. I mean, look at that. Very solid line, capable of producing some straight line wind damage. Right now we're talking 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts out there, being a good possibility. And what I'm noticing here is on the mesonets, these weather stations that are positioned out here, you notice that these wind barbs here, they're that inflow feed that we're getting, that warm air that's inflowing into this line, inflow winds are a good 45 knots at surface level. That's like 50-something miles an hour out there. So we are getting some really strong winds ahead of this system here, that inflow, which is bringing in all that warm and moisture-filled air. Yeah, we're getting some detections of some pretty strong winds out there as well, ahead of that. So that's not going to be the strongest either. Once that line pushes through, you get some of those downdraft winds, which really can bring in some really strong winds, especially with how strong our lower level winds are in the atmosphere, not necessarily surface level, but a little bit aloft. Those heavy winds can push their way at the ground. They can aim themselves down with these downdrafts, which can increase your wind speeds here on the surface. But yeah, ahead of the line here, we're talking a good 50-mile-an-hour winds right now is a possibility. So, is this supposed to get better or worse over time today? It's supposed to get better. At least for the next couple of hours, we're going to be in kind of this mode here as it passes through like Oklahoma City. Models, they do suggest that the system will start to weaken a bit because we start to run out of instability as we approach our way into the later morning, afternoon, and evening hours. However, there will still be the possibility for severe weather during that time. It just will be a lot less significant and a lot less severe, but there will still be the shot for severe weather later today, throughout today. But the worst of it is happening now. So that's why we're covering this now, is because I want to be here during the heat of it, during the main part of it. Let's see here. Keeping a watch on these storms from California. My daughter's family moved to Patton, Oklahoma a few years ago. I sent her a no-weather radio, but I still watch storm coverage when it might concern them. I'm very proud of you for doing that, and kudos to you, my friend, for giving them a weather radio. That is a great gift to give. And if you do not own a weather radio, I would highly suggest buying them. You can buy them at local retail stores. They're like $30, but they could be potentially life-saving. Just make sure you have a way to receive those warnings. I'm here to help as much as I can, but it's also good to have a secondary backup, such as a weather radio. That way you can literally hear the warning go off overall. But yeah, so we got a new update here. They did actually de-extend that severe warning for the Gracemont area out there by, let's see here, Watonga, Hitchcock, and Oconee. These areas are no longer in that severe warning as the line has passed through. However, we still do have the severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the El Reno area. Storm is actually currently rolling through El Reno. Already has experienced the worst of it out there by El Reno, but it is quickly closing in on Oklahoma City. Now, I do got some good news. I do have cameras we can look at regarding the system here. As the storm does approach Oklahoma City, we're still a little bit of ways away from the storm approaching OKC, but we'll as the storm does get closer, we will bring up those camera views for everybody. That way we can look at that. Anyways, so yeah, tornado warning in effect. If you're just tuning in, guys, we do have a tornado warning in effect for the north central, kind of northwestern side of Oklahoma here. This includes the cities and towns of Hennessy, Bison, Wacomis, Drummond, and Lacey. You guys are under a tornado warning, so you need to be in your safe spot. So the good news is that rotation here is kind of a little bit more east of Lacey now. I think Lacey's relatively good at this point in time, but once again, the way I say this is if you're in the warning polygon, you need to be in your safe spot. So I still want Lacey in your safe spots here. We're seeing a lot of pretty interesting things happen towards Hennessy. It looks like we do have a bit of rotation out that way. So for Hennessy, you do need to be in your safe spots. Obviously, Bison, Wacomis, as well as Drummond as well. You need to be in there. Once again, if you don't know where to go, if you have a basement, storm cellar, get there now. If you do not, go to the central interior portion of your home on the lowest floor. So basically the lowest floor of your home, in the center of your home, find a closet or a bathroom. I don't know your layout of your home. You know your layout. So go to the middle portion of your home into a small room such as a closet or a bathroom. That would be the best place to go overall. So yeah, but this tornado warning will remain in effect here for about another 13 minutes. So we don't have too much longer on this. So it's almost time to come out of your shelter. But for now, we need to be in our safe spots. So yeah, this line is also heading towards the Moore, Norman, and Oklahoma City areas, passing through El Reno right now. Like we mentioned, this storm here will be capable of producing, once again, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So 70-mile-an-hour winds will be a concern here on this storm here. Now, there will also be the possibility that we could get a little bit of small hail. Penny-sized hail, once again, that's not anything crazy. That's not really anything super concerning at all. Just know that there could be a little bit of mixing hail in that as well. Working our way down the line out there, Wichita Falls just got hit by the storm. The storm is a little bit less significant, a little bit less intimidating down there. Still possibly 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, so we still do need to be inside and away from windows. Out there by like Henrietta, Bellevue, Texas, Windthorst, Texas, Byers, Texas, Stanfield, some of those regions out there, we still do got this warning in effect here until 7 o'clock. So that's still about, roughly a little bit less than 45 minutes to go there overall. And then, of course, north of that, moving our way into Oklahoma, we do have areas like Marlow, out there towards like Comanche, Temple. You guys are in that warning as well for also 60-mile-an-hour winds. But it starts getting significant once we approach areas near Norman, Moore, and Oklahoma City. That's where these winds could be, possibly in excess of 60, upwards of 70+ miles an hour. The warning here is for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts out there. So we are looking out for that straight line wind damage potential. Definitely 70-mile-an-hour winds is capable of producing some damage. So I do want you to be indoors. If you're caught outside, that's not good. You need to be indoors, because if you're outside during this event, there's going to be a good shot that there's going to be flying debris flying around you, and that was not safe. So please be indoors, away from windows, and I honestly recommend that you get into the central interior portion of your home, and most important, like I said, just stay away from windows. That'll help protect you. Let's see here. We're going to hop to velocity real quickly. So we do have a bit of rotation out there near Hennessy towards Bison, which I do need Hennessy, Bison, Wacomis, and Drummond, Oklahoma to be in their shelter until further notice here. The warning will expire here roughly around, or actually it will expire here at 6:30 a.m. Central, which is in 10 minutes here overall. So that is that. So yeah, just remain in your shelter until then. Once again, Lacey, Hennessy, Bison, Wacomis, and Drummond in your safe spots here. The line of storms is rolling through those areas now. Okay, so just hang in there for a little bit longer. It's not going to be too much longer before that warning does get lifted, and I'll let you guys know when it's safe to come out of your shelter. Okay. No, Peachy, this is not the first tornado warning. We've had multiple. We've even had multiple tornadoes reported this morning. We've had quite a few of them, actually. We've had quite a few actual tornadoes that's happened this morning. But yeah, this is the only tornado warning we have as of right now, thankfully. Hopefully it'll be the last, too. So once again, folks up there by OKC, Oklahoma City, out there towards Moore and Norman, also including areas near Mustang, Piedmont, Arcadia, Cashian, Crescent, Mulhall, Orlando, Marshall, Covington, Garber, Oklahoma here. We do have a warning that's in place, like we mentioned here, for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. So when it comes to it, we are talking some pretty strong winds. Yeah, I mean, definitely capable of producing some straight-line wind damage. We got to be on our A game, guys. We got to be away from windows. Like I said, if you just stay away from windows and go to the central interior portion of your home, you don't necessarily need to seek shelter for this, but I should say hunker down. Really, you don't need to do that like you would a tornado warning. But for this type of warning, you do need to be indoors, away from windows, and highly recommended to be towards the middle of your home. You can still do what you need to do, but just do it towards the middle of your home. That way when the line comes through, you won't be towards the outside, the interior portions where a lot of the, more of the structural integrity is of your home is the middle portion. So that'll be good. That way you can, stay safe. If you're in the middle, you'll stay safe. Let's see here. See, if you're in a tornado warning, take shelter immediately. If you're basement and cellar, if you don't have a cellar basement, go to an interior room away from windows, exterior. Yep, good, exactly. Yeah, so obviously if you have a basement or a storm cellar in these cases, out there towards Wacomas, Bison, and Hennessy, yes, I would recommend that you, I want you to, not only recommend, but I want you to be in your safe spots. If you have a basement, a storm cellar out there, then go there. If not, go to the lower portion of your home on the lowest floor, and such as an area such as a closet, a bathroom, and cover your head. That way it'll provide you some protection out there. Let's see here. Yeah, so we're going to keep it out there for that. We have a little bit longer. Once again, this is in effect for about another 7 minutes. We're getting closer to the end of the warning here overall, but not too much longer left on that there. Let's see here. But yeah, that's out there by Hennessy, Bison, and Wacomas. They did get rid of the warning out there for Lacey. Lacey, Oklahoma is no longer under that overall. So you folks out there by Lacey, Oklahoma, you guys are good to go. You guys are good to come under your shelter and stuff like that. But Hennessy, Bison, and Wacomas, you guys still need to be in your safe spots here, okay? Okay, so that line here, hopping back to reflectivity here, you can see that line is has already passed through El Reno and is coming down on Oklahoma City here pretty soon. This will be heading towards Moore, Valley Brook, Oklahoma City here probably within the next 20 or so minutes or so. So, at this point, make sure that you guys, have anything that's loose outside, indoors. If you're in Oklahoma City, you still have a couple of minutes to bring some things in. If you hurry up, just make sure that you get back indoors before that line gets there. You don't want anything loose outside. You don't want stuff to fly around. You don't want to lose or damage your property. So bring that stuff in. But yeah, just make sure that you are back in your home away from windows by the time here that the line does approach you. So as of right now, the line is out here by, let's see here, Chiquisha, I think that's how you say that, out there by Amber, Tuttle, Yukon, Piedmont, some of those regions out there, that's where the storm is on right now. Coming up out there towards Tabler, Bridge Creek, Mustang, Piedmont, Cashian, I think it is. Those regions there, the storm's right up on you. But it will be in Oklahoma City and some of those areas by Norman and Moore pretty soon. Like I said, within probably the next 20 so minutes or so. The storm here is moving relatively, let's see here, to the northeast at 45 miles per hour. So if I was to do a quick little measurement here, let's see, that's 45 miles per hour. So that'll be in Oklahoma City in about 20, 30 minutes or so. So just honestly, it'll probably be there a little bit sooner than 20 to 30 minutes here. Yeah, this is saying about 20 minutes here, 19 minutes until we approach Oklahoma City. So yeah, just make sure you guys are getting in your safe spots here. Once again, away from windows. Recommended to be indoors towards the middle of your home out there. I mean, yeah, 70-mile-an-hour winds is no joke. Can produce some some damage and stuff. So we'll have to look out for that. We only got 4 minutes left on our tornado warning, guys. Not too much longer. We'll be good to go. We still have that tornado warning in effect, though, for my folks out there by Hennessy, Oklahoma, Bison, and Wacomas, Oklahoma. This is out there kind of towards the north-central side of Oklahoma State. But yeah, we are quickly approaching Oklahoma City there. Once again, about 20 minutes or so, we'll get to that region. The line is passing or has passed through Wichita Falls area. So you guys out there by Wichita Falls, you guys are pretty much good. I'd still recommend staying indoors for just a little bit longer until that polygon goes away from you, until that warning gets lifted, which it will here in about 30 minutes or so. But they'll probably de-extend it for Wichita Falls sooner than that. So you guys are good. Just stay away from windows out there. You should be fine with everything. A lot of the worst of it for Wichita Falls, I think, has already happened as well, and all that. When is Stillwater going to get hit? Let's see, Stillwater, I'm assuming Oklahoma. It'll still be a little bit. Let's see. I mean, you're about 35 miles away from the storm here. And the storm is moving its way here to the northeast at 45, so it'll be less than an hour by the time it gets to you. But it'll be probably more like around an hour or so. Storm is moving here at 45 miles an hour. Stillwater, yeah, about an hour. This says 54 minutes, roughly. Take that lightly, but it'll be roughly about an hour or so by the time it gets there. Let's see here. But yeah, we're getting ready to lose that tornado warning. So if you guys are out there by Wacomas, Hennessy, you guys are pretty much good to come out of your shelter, or almost ready to come out of your shelter here. We have 2 more minutes left. So you guys are almost good. But my folks out there by Oklahoma City, Moore, and Norman, you guys need to start bracing here for these strong winds that's getting ready to roll through. Right now, the strong winds are rolling towards like Mustang, Yukon, Piedmont area here in Oklahoma, coming up on Fairmont, Douglas, Marshall, Crescent, Cedar Valley, Edmond, Oklahoma City, Moore, Newcastle, Blanchard, and areas out there by like Tabler. It's coming up on you guys. It's coming up on you guys pretty quickly, and that includes Oklahoma City. Now, once this line approaches Oklahoma City, we will have a live camera to look at. Matter of fact, we got a live camera we can look at now. Here, let's go ahead and bring this up for you guys. We're going to get this view going. We need to get some live. Actually, you know what? We might already have that view available. Nope, wrong one. Actually, let's just do this. There we go. I do need to edit that a little bit. It's a little bit, a little bit off here. So let's go ahead and fix the camera view just a tad. Give me 1 second. That way we can actually have a cool view. That this is actually pretty gnarly looking right now. But yeah, we'll have multiple cameras we can look at here. There we go. Perfect. So we'll put this camera like we're gonna cover the chat for now. We'll just leave it like right there. All right, that's good enough. Maybe just a little bit down. All right, perfect. There we go. So now we got a live camera we can look at here while we track this thing. So yeah, that's out there in Oklahoma City. We can also hop over to that screen if things get a little crazy. But good news, guys. They did finally cancel that tornado warning. That is no longer in effect. So out there by Bison, Hennessy, and Wacomas, you guys are no longer in that warning. You guys are good to go. So now all of our eyes are on the Oklahoma City area right now towards Moore and Norman, as we are expecting about 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts to roll through here pretty soon. We do have that severe thunderstorm warning in place for the possibility of 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts overall. So, once again, make sure you guys are inside, away from windows. You know, the reason we want you away from windows is because these winds here, they can easily, you know, cause debris to be flying in the air, and in which you need to be away from that. You don't need to be outside during that. This is not a storm you want to sit outside for. I know a lot of people out here, especially those dads out there, I know you guys, that we love to sit out there and watch a good storm. Me too. But this is a storm that we really can't do that with, because this is 70-mile-an-hour winds, which can cause some huge problems. I mean, things can go flying in 70-mile-an-hour winds, which, you know, could be very dangerous. So please just make sure that you are, you know, just in your safe spot, okay? In your safe spots. Away from windows, towards the middle of your home, and if you do that, then you should be good. But just, yeah, make sure you are in your safe spots here. So yeah, 70-mile-an-hour winds. They also do have a tornado possible tag. So what that means is that it doesn't mean that there is immediately a tornado danger, but it does mean that, you know, tornadoes can quickly develop from, you know, storms like this one. So, you know, tornadoes can develop in this storm here. As of right now, at the current moment, it is, you know, once again, not really a, I had one of those moments where I just totally forgot what I was going to say. Dude. In my defense, it's still pretty early, so. But anyways, but yeah, you know, once again, heading up here towards Oklahoma City, it's actually starting to get to the more populated areas here, out on the western side. You know, once again, 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts, tornado possible tag. We'll look at that. Let's take a quick little peek at velocity here, see if we got anything going on. I don't see. Okay, maybe we should keep a closer eye out there for this little area. You know, we got to watch out for these quick, you know, little spin ups here. You know, that's the thing about this line of storms, is that they can happen quick. You know, they can happen in a split second, you know, from a radar scan showing nothing to a radar scan showing rotation and stuff. I mean, yeah, tornadoes can happen quick in this type of environment. So that's also another reason why we do have, let's see here, you know, that's why. But yeah, we'll definitely keep you guys close on that, or keep you guys updated on that there. You know, I learned that I cannot read chat and talk at the same time. I think that's what's kind of scrambling my words. So that we learned something today. I cannot read chat and talk at the same time. Let's see, love watching it from my back porch. Yeah, I do too, man. But you know, this is one of those ones that you really shouldn't be, because you know these winds are pretty rough, man. Pretty rough. See, glad you're live, dude. Yeah, me too, man. You know, we're here for you. I want to make sure you guys are, you know, understanding the risks, and I want to make sure that you guys are being safe out there. So we're gonna be here for y'all. You know, we care about you guys. Let me go ahead and make the camera. I'm just gonna make it a little bit bigger, slightly, not overly large, but you know, big enough. By the way, if you guys are wondering, that camera is out in western Oklahoma City, and it actually looks like the lens there has a little bit of a. I think that's a drop of rain on the lens there. So that camera's getting ready to get it here. The good news is that we do have a lot of cameras out throughout Oklahoma City. So as the storm evolves and as it passes through Oklahoma City, we can keep on jumping ahead further to the east as it rolls through. But yeah, so right now the storm here is out there by Tabler, Bridge Creek, Mustang, see Cashapp, I think it is. Area coming up on Marshall, Douglas, Fairmont, Lovell, Crescent, Cedar Valley, some of those regions out there. Let's see, but yeah, once again, you guys, if you're just tuning in here, Oklahoma City area, we do have a severe warning in place for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So nearly hurricane force wind gusts could be possible out of that there. So take this very seriously, you guys. You know, stay indoors, away from windows. To the south here, we have another warning for southern Oklahoma out there by Duncan, Comanche, out there by Marlow and Rush Springs. The line is over there. It's a little bit less significant over towards these regions here. You know, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts is possible on that line there. This also does go down there towards the Wichita Falls area as well, where we do have another severe warning. It's a little bit more of a broken line down here. But, you know, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and penny-size hail overall is possible. Whoa. Holy cow, you guys. So out there in Oconee, Look at this report that just came through from the fire department. Roof blown off of a building. Time is estimated. This was at 12 Zulu UTC. That was about 30 minutes ago. Wow, dude. So there's been reports of a roof that got blown off of someone's house, or sorry, someone's building. So, yeah, that just kind of puts into perspective how strong these winds we potentially could be dealing with here. So that's why we tell you guys to get into your safe spot. And this line is coming up on Oklahoma City right now. 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts can do stuff like that. So make sure that you are, make sure that you guys are in your safe spot, away from windows. Most importantly, away from windows. Would heavily recommend also being, honestly would heavily recommend that you also be towards the middle of your home as well. Not just away from windows, but also towards like the center of your home out there. Let's see, Z-Man talking about southeastern Kansas. Very weak brief spin up. So whenever it comes to it here, I don't think the risk goes up that far. Actually, hold on a minute. I was thinking about the old outlook here. So there very well could be a couple isolated tornadoes today throughout the central eastern side of Kansas, even into like western Missouri. Out there could be the possibility for a couple of isolated, tornadoes could be possible. The tornado risk is actually fairly large today. The risk does include like Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, and Arkansas. Even a little bit of Alabama there towards like Mobile. It is a possibility that we could get a couple isolated tornadoes in the general area here. The heaviest of the event though is happening now. This is where we have a little bit more of a concentrated risk. A slight bump up higher, so it's more likely to get tornadic activity in these areas that we're covering right now. Than it will be for the rest of the day. So this is like peak event right now that we're watching currently. And the reason that, it doesn't get stronger later or doesn't sustain itself is because a lot of the instability, the fuel in the atmosphere depletes. The instability becomes much weaker as the day progresses. Therefore, the storm should do as well. With not as much instability. I mean, we're already running off of pretty low energy in the atmosphere. And as we start to slowly take away that energy from these storms, it's just going to allow the storms to slowly get a little bit weaker. In which, right now we're kind of at peak event here. We just got a new severe warning in place for 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. This includes the Oklahoma City area, once again, Moore, Norman. This also was extended in towards areas out there by Marland, Red Rock, Sumner, Morrison, Stillwater, Perkins, Kearney. Let's see here. Wellston. You guys are now in that severe thunderstorm warning out there. Let's see, and that will be in effect until about 7:15 a.m. So we have a little bit to go. Right now it's 6:40. So we have about, 35 minutes or so to go. But it is approaching Oklahoma City. You guys can see on the camera view that we do have here. Let's actually try to move to a different camera. Like I said, we do have a handful of options we can look at here. Let's see. I'm going to move up the line a little bit here. Pull to the west. Yeah, some of these cameras are just pointing at the ground. It's like, come on, traffic cameras. Why would you be pointing at the road and not the sky? Now, maybe the best camera we did have was the one we were on. Ooh. Wow, that looks pretty ominous. Look at that. All right, let's try. That's to the north. Yeah, we don't want to look east. Not to mention that one's, that one's on the ground there. We're not going to get much view of that one. Yeah, we're just going to stick with that one that we did have previously. I think that's probably the best one that we got available to us right now. Let's see here. Green says, it must be tiring. Thanks for everything you do, keeping people safe. You're very welcome. You are very, very welcome, my friend. Like I said, I'm very, very, very glad to be here. I love helping you guys out, especially, with weather and stuff like that. It's just always been my passion. I've been in the weather for like over a decade at this point. I've been studying this for a long time, and I figured I could put my knowledge to good use in terms of helping you guys out by doing this and helping you guys stay weather aware and prepared, and stuff like that. So that's what we're here for, man. You are very welcome, and like I said, it's my pleasure, y'all. So we got a new update, y'all. They did actually. Okay, so previously this warning down here for southern Oklahoma, the one out there by Duncan and Marlow, this was previously warned for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. They just updated it to 70. So the winds have bumped up. Wow, dude, the storms are moving quick now. Look at this, moving northeast at 90 miles an hour right now. So that lower level jet really starting to get an effect here, dude. Wow, that is nuts, man. Here, let's take a quick little peek over here. We're gonna pull up the mesoscale or mesoanalysis here. Yeah, dude, those lower level winds must be really getting ripping now. Yeah, the lower level jet stream is about nearly 60 knots or so right now towards central Oklahoma. This is our lower level winds. 60 knots is like roughly 70 miles an hour or so. I don't know the exact number, but roughly around 70 miles an hour. A knot is lower than a mile an hour, or a mile an hour is higher than a knot. So, yeah, that's pretty nuts. Let's see here. Jeff says, good luck chasing that. I would highly be against chasing it. Even for the most professional storm chasers out there, this is an event that you do not want to chase. Simply because, the event here, the tornadoes we could get will be rain-wrapped potentially, meaning that they're going to be wrapped in curtains of rain, making them impossible to be able to see. I mean, even during the daytime, you cannot really see rain-wrapped tornadoes. That's what makes them dangerous. You can't see them. Not to mention, it's still dark outside. I mean, here in the eastern U.S., it's actually coming light here in Florida, but I'm pretty sure it's still dark out here for you folks out there. Maybe starting to get a little bit more light. But even then, you cannot see rain-wrapped tornadoes, which, I would not, first of all, recommend chasing that. And two, the storms are moving so fast that it's just, you can easily be put in danger very quickly, faster than you can react. Not smart. These are the storms that you need to hunker down for, and overall, just, remain indoors and, not outside. You need to be inside for this. Anyways, but yeah, so it is right up on Oklahoma City now, y'all, out there towards Moore and Norman area here. We are watching this closely. Once again, we do have the warnings in place. If you guys are just tuning in here, we are warned for 70-mile-an-hour winds out here towards Oklahoma City, also out there towards like the Moore and Norman area. This also does include areas towards like Blanchard, Dibble, Slaughterville, Noble, also including like Jones, the Village, Edmond, Cedar Valley, Crescent, Mulhall, Orlando, Oklahoma, not Orlando, Florida, Covington, and Garber. So yeah, you guys are in that warning, in which, like I said, they did include the warning to be for 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts and penny hail. Penny hail is going to hurt at 70 miles an hour. Another reason that you don't want to be outside. Yeah, penny hail itself isn't necessarily anything concerning, but whenever you start to get some pretty strong winds like this, penny hail could start to become a little bit more of an issue. Faster velocities and stuff like that. Storm's moving east at 35, so it's not moving super fast over here. The southern tail has started to move like ridiculously fast, but the middle portion here, where this warning is moving east at 35. But once again, we're capable of 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts out there overall. Let's see here. I made a rain chart when I was little to keep track of how much rain we got. I think it got me interested in meteorology. Oh, dude, that's so cool. What got me into it is my neighbor back in the late 2000s got me a weather station, just a little accurate weather station. And I'd sit there during a winter storm, and I'd jot down the data it showed every 5 minutes or so, and I'd be logging manually all that. And that's what got me started. That was in the late 2000s, and really pick up the research and stuff like that, kind of in the mid-2010s or so. It's been roughly about 10 years since I started studying meteorology. So, anyways, But yeah, so the main thing here, y'all, like I said, right up on Oklahoma City. Make sure you guys are in your safe spots. That's what it kind of boils down to. Once again, 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts is expected out there. Same thing for Moore in Oklahoma. You guys are just in that big warning there. And previously, like I said, just to put in perspective what these storms could be capable of, we got a warning out there, or sorry, not a warning, a report out there earlier from Okanee showing a roof that got blown off of a building. Apparently. So that just kind of goes to show you how strong this line of storms can be. So please take this serious. Like I mentioned, do not be your typical Midwestern dad and sit outside on the porch, even though we all love to do that, including me. It's not safe, especially in a storm like this. I would heavily advise against it. Honestly, if I was here, I would probably not be outside. I mean, because 70-mile-an-hour winds can be very hazardous. It can easily cause debris to go flying, all kinds of problems. Okay, so just please remain indoors. Do not, like I said, please do not, just go outside and just remain indoors. Okay. The same thing applies to the southern side of the line here, too. They did actually upgrade that towards Loco, Velma, Lindsay, and Maysville area. They bumped up the winds from 60 now to 70 as well. So the line across like central Oklahoma, this is all capable of producing 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Looks like those conditions are starting to deteriorate on the camera. Let's take a quick little minute, hop over here real fast. Look at that camera. This is out there in western Oklahoma. You can just see all the rain on the roads. They're getting blown around there. Definitely looks pretty strong, actually. If you look down here ahead of where the cars are at, you can see all the winds just kind of pushing that water. So, yeah, it's definitely starting to quickly deteriorate out here. Once again, we're talking possibly 70-mile-an-hour winds. Also torrential rains too. I mean, this is some heavy rainfall that we're dealing with out here. So, it's going to be a little hefty, a little hard to see, and all that stuff. So just make sure that you guys are, once again, indoors. Let's see here. How does it look for part of the line of Fort Worth once it gets here? So Dallas-Fort Worth area here. We'll be getting the line here roughly, I'd say, between like 8 and 10 o'clock or so for you all. It'll be roughly around 8 and 10 o'clock Central Time, so, about an hour or so you'll be getting it. Now, the line, it should be a lot less strong out there as it approaches the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We'll be talking more of wind gusts, possibly more between like 60, maybe upwards of 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, while the threat that we're in here, we do have that hatch risk for damaging winds, which, is capable of producing, in this case, like 70 plus. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. These warnings here are for 70-mile-per-hour winds out there by Oklahoma City, which, as you can see here, both on the camera that we have in western Oklahoma City and the radar, the line's right up on you guys. So now is the time to hunker down if you haven't already. Just, please make sure that you guys are inside, away from windows. Inside and away from windows. Let's take a look at velocity here. I do want to look out for any rotation. I don't really see any rotation going on right now, which is great news. Knock on wood. Hopefully it stays that way for a while. We have had a couple of confirmed tornadoes this morning, unfortunately, including some reports of a roof blown off of a building earlier. That's probably from the straight line winds here. But yeah, so just please, y'all, take this serious. Remain indoors until the warning gets canceled. Now, this warning we have about, a little bit less than a half an hour left on the main warning here for the Oklahoma City area. But you guys are getting a hazard right now, and they'll probably extend that warning too once the warning starts to get closer to the until it expires. We'll probably get a new warning here. So if you're out there by like Shawnee, Chandler, Glencoe, some of those regions out here, if you're in the areas ahead of that, if you have anything loose outside, guys, bring it in. Don't you don't want to leave that stuff out there. Patio furniture and stuff like that. If you're ahead of the line there, you should bring that stuff in because that stuff can go airborne in these winds, which is definitely not very optimal, very not good. So yeah, if you can bring that in, if you're out there by like Shawnee, Tribby, Brooksville, Chandler, Meeker, just ahead of the line, because that line's going to continue advancing eastward. And so obviously if you are ahead of the line here, you have time to prep, by bringing the loose stuff indoors, patio furniture, plants, whatever. Not that probably many people have plants over here at this time, but if you do, bring stuff in, okay? Because you don't want any of that going flying. You don't want to lose your property for one, but you also don't want to make your property a risk to others. So we're gonna keep a close eye on velocity here too. We got to watch out for spin ups, because we still have that tornadic potential here. The warning that we have in effect here, we still do have that tornado possible tag on there, which, doesn't necessarily mean that there will be a tornado, but it is saying that there is the possibility that tornadoes could develop in that storm. Given the environment today, tornadoes can develop quickly due to how much wind shear we have in our atmosphere right now. There is a good possibility that, we could have ourselves, some quick developing tornadoes, which, it'll be kind of hard to, honestly detect right off the bat. I mean, because it can just happen in a split second, really. So we do need to be looking out for that. Is it supposed to weaken before it gets to Tulsa and east? Yeah, so it is expected to lose a little bit of its kick as it approaches Tulsa. However, whenever it comes to the risk here, Tulsa is still in the overall risk for severe weather. So the areas in green today that you see on my map here, this is the latest Storm Prediction Center Day 1 outlook. So basically, this is our severe weather threat here for today. Across the green here that you guys can see, this is our level 1 severe weather threat. Now, where we're at right now, it's kind of hard to make out, but this is a level 2. This is a yellow area. So this is kind of where the heaviest concentration of severe weather is expected. And if we zoom into that, you'll notice that that's where the severe warnings are at right now. So what we're covering right now is the main event, but throughout the rest of the morning, as the storms do roll out of this area, throughout the rest of the morning and going into this afternoon and into the evening here, obviously the further east, the later it'll be by the time you get the line. But there will still be the possibility for severe weather throughout the day. It's just a little bit less likely than, say the areas out here towards the yellow, towards Dallas-Fort Worth area, towards, like central Oklahoma, towards like Oklahoma City, Norman, and stuff like that. It'll be a little bit more greater, not only probability of seeing severe weather, but also the greatest potential. The strongest storms will be in that region as well. So the warning that we have in place for the Oklahoma City area, we have about 22 minutes left. The line, like I mentioned right now, is starting to rock Oklahoma City currently. You guys are definitely getting it. It's coming up on Moore right now. Norman, we still have probably about another 15 minutes or so by the time the line gets there. But yeah, we're coming up on the Moore Valley Brook area, obviously coming up here towards Oklahoma City right now, which we've, half of Oklahoma City right now is in the line currently. So we're getting there. Let's take a look at some other cameras here. We're going to see if we can pop up another camera ahead of the line overall. See if we can get another good view out there of any, see if we can see a shelf cloud or whatnot. Yeah, the sun is starting to come out there, which is good, but we still got to look out for tornadoes and stuff because, like I mentioned, we do still have a nocturnal, or sorry, not nocturnal. Well, it was nocturnal, but we still have a rain-wrapped tornado potential today. Let's see here. Gonna try a few more cameras, and if oh yeah, look at that. That's we're gonna keep it on that one for now. But yeah, you're very welcome, Ro. No problem. No problem. And like I said, I'll be glad to help you guys out here. If you haven't already, consider subscribing. I don't mean to be that YouTuber that always begs people to subscribe, but in this case, I really do want you guys to. That way we can help, share this and help get the word out there. If you guys subscribe, it helps boost the YouTube algorithm, which helps us get more people in here, which obviously would be great. That way we can get the warning and the word out there to more people. So, I mean, also the best way you guys can help us out is by literally sharing this to your friends and family as well. Copy the link, share it to your friends and family, tell them to subscribe as well, and do so. That way we can, start a chain reaction to help get people in here. That way we can help keep you guys safe. That's the main thing here. We're here for you. I want to help you guys out, and we'll continue to be here for a little bit throughout the morning here. We've already been live for over 2 hours now to help you guys with coverage, and we're going to still be here. I do want to cover the main event, which is at least this yellow area here. I do want to cover most of that, which we're already kind of getting on the further side of the greatest risk for today. But we're here for y'all. We're here for you guys. Let's see here. So once again, if you guys are just tuning in and not really sure what's going on right now, we do have ourselves a severe weather event that is currently ongoing out there towards central Oklahoma right now. My folks out there by Oklahoma City, Moore, Norman, Oklahoma, you guys are starting to get hit pretty good by this line. The problem is that this line here is capable of producing 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So we're talking potentially near hurricane force wind gusts out of this line here, which is an issue. It is an issue in which obviously which could be a problem. Straight line winds can, cause debris to go flying. It can cause damage to your homes and stuff like that. You do not want to be outside during that, okay? I want you guys to be indoors, away from windows overall, as, that will help keep you guys protected. So the main thing right now is 70-mile-an-hour winds. We're also watching out for the potential of, a couple tornadoes. We have seen a couple tornadoes this morning. They have occurred, and we're just kind of watching to see if we get any more, which hopefully we don't, but we'll keep an eye on it. It does look like we might have a little bit of areas we need to start paying attention to, especially on that northern part of the warning. We definitely need to watch this closely because tornadoes can quickly develop from storms like this. So we do got to be watching this pretty closely. I do want to keep an eye on this little area here too, towards Orlando, Oklahoma. Just keep an eye on a couple of these areas because, tornadoes can quickly develop out there. And if we take a look at the warning, we do have a tag that says tornado possible, which, doesn't mean that there's necessarily an imminent danger for tornadoes, but it does mean that there is the possibility that tornadoes can occur within the storm. Therefore, we do need to keep our eyes peeled for tornadic activity. But as of the current moment, the main problem, the main concern at the moment is just, right now the wind damage concern. Because winds this strong, 70-mile-an-hour winds obviously is an issue and can cause damage. And like we mentioned a little bit ago, if we take a look at a previous report that we got here from, I think it's Oconee, this was in the kind of the northwestern side of Oklahoma. Not too long ago, about an hour ago, actually, there was a report that came through from the fire department saying that a roof got blown off of a building. That kind of puts into perspective, how strong these winds could be on this storm. So, you want to take this seriously, y'all. You really don't want to brush this off. I know a lot of those Midwestern dads and those folks out there, including me. I'm not gonna lie. I do love a good storm. I do love watching a good storm. This is not the one you want to do that with, though. This one is a very strong storm. This one is going to really be pretty strong with those winds, in which could obviously be a big problem, because it could throw around debris. If you're outside, you could get hit by debris and stuff like that. We don't want that to happen because that could seriously injure you if you're outdoors. That's why we tell you to stay away and indoors, away from windows, because say debris hits the window and shatters it, that all that shattered glass could go right all over you if you're next to a window. So do not do that. Stay indoors, away from windows. That is what we want you to do. And whenever the warning gets whenever the warning does get canceled, then you guys are good to come out. But for now, I do want you guys to stay in your safe spot. So they did actually just cancel these two southern warnings here, the warning that was out there by Duncan, Bray, Velma, Lindsay areas, the one that was also just east of Wichita Falls, Texas. Those two warnings are now no longer in effect, which leaves us with the one here that's out there by the Oklahoma City area in Norman here. We are still watching this guy here overall. This one here, Still is packing a punch overall. Right now, it's actually coming up on more Oklahoma. You guys are starting to get this thing here now. Coming up on Norman here, Goldsby, Washington, Slaughterville, Etowah. Let's see here: Midwest City, Forest Park, Lake Alma, Spencer, Choctaw, Hera, McLeod, Jones, Arcadia, Luther, Wellston, Fallis, Kearney, Meridian, Langston, Perkins, Stillwater, Sumner, Morrison, Red Rock, and Marland, Oklahoma. You guys are in that warning there. So those are the areas that the storm is coming up towards, which this will remain in effect for about another 15 minutes. So we don't necessarily have too much longer on this, but storm is still kicking, and obviously we do need you guys in your safe spots for this, honestly. Once again, I mean, you don't have to full-on seek shelter like you would in a tornado warning. You don't need to do all that, but just I recommend that you stay away from windows. That's, if you stay away from windows and if you're towards the middle of your home, then you'll be fine. It's just, where you're outside and where you're near the windows, that's where the main danger is. Winds like this can cause damage to homes, and stuff outside. So, can knock down trees, can knock down power lines and stuff like that. So, that is a hazard in its own. Just by staying indoors and towards the middle of your home, you are the most safest in that area. Haley says you're the best weatherman ever. Thank you, Haley. I appreciate that. I don't know about all that, but I definitely do give it my all. I try to help out the best I can, man. This info out there is very important, and it's high priority to get this word out here for you guys. Here is that's interesting. Here we go. Here's a 3D view of the line coming through. You guys can see that line approaching. So this is the north here. This is the east. This is the south. You can see that line. The camera's kind of in the way, but yeah, look at that camera though. It's starting to get pretty windy out there. Let's show it this way. So this is south, by the way. So you can see as we approach our way towards Oklahoma City. It's pretty cool. I've always loved volumetric radar. Pretty cool stuff, man. Pretty cool stuff. Anyways. Yeah, we do got a few other storms here. Oops. That is ahead of the main line. As you guys can see, we do have a few other storms. Now, these guys ain't really much of a problem right now. The main issue that we got to look out for at the moment is just the line here. This is where the main danger is currently. Did they just update that? No. For some reason, I thought that looked a little bit smaller. But yeah, so the middle of the storm right now is in the heart of Oklahoma City. We can actually see that here on the camera. We'll blow up the camera a little bit here so you guys can kind of see that a little bit better. I mean, wow. Look at that pole shake there. You see that? The light pole? Street light there. Yeah, winds are pretty strong out there, man. Like I said, 70-mile-an-hour winds is what's expected on that. Yeah, I mean, you see the winds just, having that rain go sideways. I mean, it's literally going sideways. If you look at the street lamp there, you'll see that it's just all going sideways. Yeah, that's got to be like at least 60-mile-an-hour winds out there. I know there's no way to tell for sure unless we had an anemometer out there, but estimating-wise, that would be probably right around 60 or so. 50 or 60. It's definitely pretty strong. Which, even winds like that can cause debris to go flying and all that stuff. Yeah, cars got their hazards on and stuff. Yeah, also visibility is very poor. Mixing in heavy winds with, with all that heavy rain too. It's like that can really create some low visibility environment. Which, I mean, you can't really see that far ahead of you. I mean, probably you can't really see what a half a mile ahead of you or so. I mean, it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty. Pretty low visibility out there. All right, we're going to hop back to radar here, y'all. So right now, like I said, this is the current radar view, y'all. We are still watching this line. The good news is that the line has weakened a little bit on the bottom side. So you guys are relatively a little bit more better sitting, though. There still definitely could be some strong winds on the southern tail here, which there likely is, but at the moment it's non-severe. However, the main part here that we're looking at now toward like Oklahoma City and whatnot, this is the main issue right now. It's actually currently going through Moore, currently going through Oklahoma City, Edmond, sorry, Guthrie, Orlando, Mulhall. That's where it's going through now. And it's coming up on Norman, Goldsby, Washington, Noble, Slaughterville, Purcell, Etowah, Midwest City, Spencer, Choctaw, Harrah, McLeod, Jones, Arcadia, Luther, Fallis, Wellston, Kearney, Meridian, Tryon, let's see here, Langston, Perkins, let's see, Stillwater, Morrison, Sumner, and Red Rock and Marland. Those are the areas there that's ahead of that line. That's in the warning for possibly, like I said, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny hail. Storm's moving to the east at about 35 miles per hour currently. Dude, look at that. Now look at the camera. It's completely different. Wow, man. Boy, did that change quick, man. It went from dark to light in like short period of time, dude. Wow. Yeah, it looks like things are calming down here. Let's see if we can hop to a far eastern eastern camera here. Yeah, it looks like this area is starting to get it. Yeah, we can just keep on following the storm here for a little bit. Okay, let's try this one. This one's a western pointing camera. Oh, yeah, look at that. You can see the clouds over there. Not the best of camera, but, you know, it's something. It's something. We'll keep it on this one for right now. And we'll hop on back here. Got to get that radar view up there, too, you know. By the way, guys, if you have not already, please consider subscribing. That way we can help out the YouTube algorithm, help get the word out there, y'all. That's really the most important thing here is just help getting that word out there so we can keep you guys weather aware and prepared. And like I said, we cover all these events here across the U.S. So, you know, not just this event. We'll be covering all the other ones, hurricanes, blizzards, whatever it is. We're here for you. And if you haven't already, consider it. You know, I'm not going to hold you to it like a lot of YouTubers are like, yeah, you better subscribe now. No, I'm not like that. It's like, consider it. You know, that way it could really come in handy, and it could help save your life one day. That's what we're here for, y'all. But anyways, yeah, so Oklahoma City's mostly through the line now. Things are starting to improve out there by Oklahoma City. It definitely hit y'all pretty good. Let's see here. Yeah, it's going through Moore right now. Moore, Oklahoma is definitely getting it. It's right up on Norman, though. Look at that. There's Norman, Oklahoma. It's right on the edge of you guys. You're all about to get it right now. Yeah, same thing out there by like Arcadia. You guys are starting to get this line here pretty good, too. Yeah, and to the south, it looks like that line has definitely depleted quite a bit. Let's see. Dylan says, I do not want to go to work. I will need a boat to get there. I hear you, man. I hear you. By the way, happy Monday, guys. Hope you all have a good work week and stuff like that. School, whatever you're doing. Hope you guys have a great day today, y'all. I know it's definitely quite a way to start a day with a bunch of severe weather like this, but, you know. We're here for y'all. I at least want to be here until the line gets close, if not off of the level 2 threat here. Because, you know, where we're at now, if I pull up the radar here, you can kind of see where the biggest threat is for today, which is that level 2 threat, which is the slight risk here. So we have a really large level 1 risk today. Severe weather will be possible as high north as like Kansas City. As well as far east as like Mobile, Alabama, potentially, regarding severe weather today. But then we have that level 2 overall. Let's see here. We have that level 2 threat, which is, you know, the greater probability. So not only is it a greater potential for... Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. We just got a new update. They actually updated this. No way, dude. Okay, so we got a new convective outlook just now. Look at that. So now severe weather will be... Wow. Severe weather will be possible as high up to the north as southwestern Iowa now. That's a new update. And they also added a slight risk for Louisiana here. Oh, buddy. Let's check that tornado prob. They put a 5% chance for tornadoes now for Louisiana. So they upgraded the tornado potential for Louisiana now. So we really need you guys out there towards like western central Louisiana to be watching this a little bit more closer today now, because the risk has upgraded. Also got a 15% wind threat, and just a little 5% hail threat today. Nothing really big for hail. Yeah, the main problem is going to be the wind and the tornadic threat. But yeah, look at that. They actually updated the tornado risk. They actually increased it for Louisiana. So y'all out there by central western Louisiana, little sliver of eastern Texas, just east of Houston. Y'all got to be watching out for that because tornadoes will be a little bit more possible in those regions there. So that is that. But yeah, so you can actually see though the slight risk here is we're getting closer to the edge of the slight risk here. They actually did they extend that a little further south? I think they might have moved that slight risk, that level 2 threat, down towards Waco. I don't believe it was there beforehand. I know it went through the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but I thought it probably cut off right in here. I don't know. My memory is not the best with that. But yeah, no, we got a slight risk out there now, so we'll definitely look out for that. I don't know if we're gonna cover that. We might cover it later today. It'll be a two-part, two-stream series, I guess we'll do. We just got a new severe thunderstorm warning, y'all. Ahead of that line that we're watching here, this is a new warning out there for Shawnee, Chandler, Cushing, Yale. Let's see, out there by Stroud. Yeah, towards Stroud and Maud. Also, Seminole, Oklahoma is included in this warning now. You guys are in a warning now for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, so it seems like that wind threat it's dwindling down a little bit, which is good. So yeah, the warning now is for 60 out there by those regions here. But the warning that we still have in effect here, we still have 70-mile-per-hour potential on the line right now as it's passing through. So right now, the line is going through Norman right now, currently. Norman, Oklahoma is kind of getting the worst of it right now. Moore is starting to pull back away from it. So Moore, you've already experienced a lot of your the worst of it you're going to see today. Same thing with Oklahoma City. You guys are improving quite a bit. So things are looking a lot better out there. But we do have an extension warning out there for you folks out there ahead of it towards like Cushing, Chandler, and stuff like that. Let's see here. Could I inform you about Mabank, Texas, so I can go to sleep? I work nights and I need to. Yeah, I got you, man. No problem. Let's see here. Mabank, Texas. Okay, so you're on the you're just outside of the slight risk, the level 2 threat. The line of storms is probably going to hit you sometime around the late morning, if not early afternoon. You'll probably get it between 10 and 12 a.m. or so. So that'll be the main line. But yeah, honestly, it's a relatively low end threat. As long as you have a way to receive warnings, like your phone or whatnot, if you have the warnings turned on, or a weather radio, whatnot. Whenever it comes to it, you should be good just to go to sleep. But yeah, just make sure you have ways to receive warnings. That way, if one is issued for you, you can be alerted and it'll wake you up. So just make sure you have a way to receive that. And once you do, then yeah, you're good. You can go to sleep. Let's see here. I have no idea how you say that, but I'm going to look at that area for you, man. This is out there. So Nation wants me to look at this area. I'm not too sure what this is at, but so this is out there by Dallas area. This is, gotcha. So yeah, Dallas area is in the slight risk here. We have a 2% chance for tornadoes out here by Dallas. They actually do have a little bit of the 5% for Fort Worth area. But yeah, for this area, we are at 2%, which is a low-end tornado threat. Still, though, a couple isolated tornadoes cannot be ruled out nearby. In terms of damaging winds, that's where the main problem is for you. A 15% chance for damaging wind gusts. Gusts could get up between 60 and 70 miles an hour overall. But yeah, no, honestly, we're looking pretty good. Nothing extreme, no hatch risk or anything like that. Just, a small tornado threat, a little bit of gusty winds possible. As long as you're inside and away from windows, you should be good. But just keep an eye out there for the warnings, if there is a warning that gets issued. But make sure you can receive that. Let's see here. But yeah, so that's what we're dealing with out there. So just be careful. Be careful. All right, let's go ahead and hop on back to our main radar here, y'all. By the way, guys, if you have not already, consider leaving a like, hitting that subscribe button. Be greatly appreciated. Once again, I appreciate y'all for being here and all that stuff. And I'm glad to be here to help you guys out. Where is it snowing right now? Is it snowing right now? I don't know. Not really paying attention to the snow right now, to be honest with you. I do know the Ohio Valley could pick up a little bit of snow here for the 20th or so. But we'll do another future weather update for that. We're not going to get too involved in the snow right now since we have active severe weather going on. But if it becomes anything significant, we'll talk about it. We'll make videos and stuff on it or live stream updates. But yeah, so the line is now past Wichita Falls. See, the good news about this, you guys, is, once you get the initial line, once the storm hits you, after the storm rolls through, you're done. You're basically good with, you're pretty much good to go. So that's good. So that's good. So it's kind of a one-hit thing. Everything behind this is not going to be severe because, behind the line there's no moisture or very little moisture. There's no instability at all. No instability. No fuel for the storms and stuff like that. And the winds, they do change their directions and stuff like that. So it's really at the line and ahead of the line where that severe risk is at. What radar app is that? GR2 Analyst, but beware, it's going to cost you about $250. It's a little pricey. That's a little bit. I've had this thing since I was a kid, though. I mean, I've always had this program. Is Tennessee going to get hit by bad weather? So Tennessee, no, not for today. We're not expecting any severe weather. So, if you see the green and the yellow, these are the areas where severe weather is expected for today or possible. The yellow here, this is a slight risk, a level 2 out of 5 severe weather threat overall. So yeah, so that's that. So we do have ourselves the slight risk out there. That's actually a new addition that the Storm Prediction Center added here. But yeah, for Tennessee, no. Tomorrow, we do have a little bit of an extension concern for maybe a few severe storms out there by like Alabama, but once again, not for Tennessee. No, Tennessee is good. Yeah, really, we don't got anything going on in the next few days for Tennessee. The possibility for severe weather today could be as high north as like southwestern Iowa, southeastern Nebraska. Possibility for a couple isolated severe thunderstorms out there, or as far to the east later today. I mean, late today. Could be possible near Mobile and Gulfport, Mississippi, Alabama area. So that's that. But yeah, no, Tennessee's good though. Haley, I don't think you'll get a slight risk, but you do have a marginal level 1 threat for severe weather. So keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. So we have one warning actively. So this is our current warning, y'all. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. They did cancel that back warning. So the good news is that the winds are now from 70 now down to 60. So the winds have dropped a little bit, but still, I want you guys to know, 60-mile-an-hour winds is still a concern. It can still cause, damage and can still allow for debris to go flying. So, it's definitely something that's still pretty strong. We do got that severe thunderstorm warning in effect for areas out there by like Chandler, Kearney, Luther, Tribby, areas out there by Maud, Purcell, Cushing, some of those regions out there by Marlin, Ponca City, and Call City. So that's that. So that's that. A little bit of severe weather, a little bit of gusty winds up to 60 miles an hour is possible out there. Do they have a tornado possible? They do not. So they actually removed that tornado possible. I feel like a lot of our tornado threat is mostly over. Knock on wood. I hope so. But still, there will be the possibility for tornadoes throughout the day. So keep that in mind. We're not done. There's still a chance that we're not done with tornadoes because we still do have that threat persisting throughout today. I feel like the most of it, though, is over. Knock on wood, of course. Do I think they'll add an enhancement somewhere? Nah, I don't think so. I think we'll keep slight. there's just simply not enough instability available. I mean, if we had a higher instability or higher unstable environment, possibly, but in this case, we are high on our wind shear and low on our fuel, our instability. There's just not enough instability, not enough fuel for these storms to really be super duper crazy. Obviously where we had those 70-mile-an-hour winds and stuff like that and those tornadoes, the environment was kind of at its, best mixing ratio between the instability and the wind shear, the instability to fuel the storms and the wind shear to organize the storms. What I mean by wind shear is just simply winds at different levels of the atmosphere. Just putting that in a little bit of a perspective for the people who are not really too sure about that. Any upcoming hurricanes? No. We have a little bit of tropical moisture rolling towards Panhandle, Florida. Could cause a little bit of flooding out there, but nothing really big. Let's see here. It's only like 500 joules per kilogram. Yeah, it's pretty low in instability. Not a whole lot. I mean, the environment, though, we have a 50, 60 plus knot lower level jet right now, which is pretty ridiculous, pretty strong. But thankfully, our instability is very weak, which, the storm's kind of rolling off of some fumes right now. It's not really going too well. Like I said, for especially my motorheads out there, especially for you guys who love, cars and stuff. The way I put this into more of a mechanic aspect of things, it's like the instability, think of it as your fuel and your gas tank. If you don't have a lot of fuel, you ain't going to get that far, right? The wind shear, I consider that as like the engine. If you have a lot of wind shear, you have a big engine, right? And you can really get somewhere quick. If you have enough fuel. If you do not have enough fuel, despite how strong your engine is, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's how I also kind of explain it to you guys. So think of the wind shear as like the engine, how well it organizes, how quick it goes, and how far it goes and stuff. And in the fuel, it's like if you don't have enough fuel, then you're really not going to get that far. And we're kind of in that environment where we have a big engine but not much fuel to get us places. So that's kind of what's going on here in this case. But anyways, so yeah. So currently, like I mentioned, we do have one active warning here. This is a severe thunderstorm warning out there for, like I said, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts out there by Purcell, Tribby, Shawnee, Maud, Chandler, Kearney, Luther, Perkins, Cushing, Yale, Stillwater, Morrison, so your Marlin, Caw City, and Ponca City. You guys are in that warning there. We have ourselves this warning in effect until 8:15, so a little bit less than an hour to go. We still got a little bit to go on this here. But, oh, look at that. We actually got reports of 70-mile-an-hour winds out there by Hennessy. Broadcast media reports 70 to 75-mile-per-hour winds near Hennessy. Wow. Yeah, definitely a little strong out there. The wind should be a little bit weaker at this point in time. Right now, we're kind of more towards like 60 miles an hour. So we're definitely losing a little bit of steam here. Here, let's hop over to meso analysis real quickly. Let's bring you guys over here. So yeah, you can really see like what I was talking about. It's those lower level winds. We're talking like 55 knots, a really strong amount of lower level wind shear, but our instability is like absurdly low. 60 joules per kilogram of instability. That's 600. There's not a lot of energy out there, and that's going to really limit the storms here. Another thing I want to look at is D Cape, downdraft Cape. Fairly low, but the lower level wind shear really makes up for that. If you have high D Cape, that means your downdrafts are going to be potentially hitting harder. The higher the value, the more harder those downdrafts are going to hit. And the thing is, if you have hard-hitting downdrafts associated with such a high shear environment, that can actually arc those lower-level winds towards the surface and really cause some strong damaging winds. D-Cape's fairly low, but since we have such a really strong lower-level jet stream, and since the winds are so strong in the lower atmosphere, it's not going to take much to get those winds aimed at the ground level, which that's what gives us some pretty strong winds, and that's why we're having those significant wind gusts out there, because of how strong the lower level winds are in the atmosphere. It just really contributes to overall severity and stuff. But anyways, Looking a lot better for Texas right now. Knock on wood, no active severe thunderstorm warnings going on. We just have the one warning right now out there towards Oklahoma. To be fair, guys, honestly, we're probably going to wrap up the coverage soon. Most of the heavy populated centers I really wanted to cover. The good news is that the storm is now out of Oklahoma City, out of Norman, out of Moore. So you guys are relatively good. Tulsa, we'll definitely, you guys should keep an eye out there for Tulsa. The good news is that it shouldn't be as significant. From here on out, knock on wood, we'll probably be more ranging towards like 60, maybe upwards of 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. But I think the main threat is over with regarding the tornado threat and everything like that from earlier this morning that we were looking at. Knock on wood. But still, I do want you guys to be weather aware throughout the day. Once again, they did actually add a slight risk here, level 2 threat for severe weather later today for the central and western side of Louisiana out there. Extra bit of attention needs to be followed for these regions. We may do coverage late tonight. We'll see. We'll keep you guys updated, but for now, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to go get some breakfast and stuff like that and all that. We've been live for almost 3 hours this morning. I think that's a hefty little live stream, good coverage and stuff like that. So hopefully we helped you guys out, help keep you guys safe. Obviously, that's the main goal here. If you have not already, consider subscribing, leaving a like. It'd be greatly appreciated. Once again, I appreciate y'all very much for being here and everything like that. And, if you guys could share the stream here too, share the channel, help get that word out there. It'll be much appreciated. But one last go around, and then we'll go ahead and call it a stream for now. So we do have one active severe thunderstorm warning in effect, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. It's weaker now. We were seeing 70 earlier. 60 is still a concern, though. I mean, it can still cause some damages and still could throw around some debris outside, so make sure you're indoors. This warning's in effect for out there by like Shawnee, out there by like Chandler, Cushing, Stillwater area, Ponca City. Just make sure that you guys are in, your safe spot, just away from windows, really. You don't necessarily have to like seek shelter like you would a tornado warning, but I would recommend that you stay away from windows and stay indoors. It would actually be a good idea if you move your way towards the center of your home overall. But that's that, my friends. That's what we got going on there, and we're gonna continue to have that severe weather threat throughout today. We have a very large marginal level 1 severe weather risk. Possibility for a couple isolated severe thunderstorms is high up north as like southwestern Iowa, southeast Nebraska. Now the far east that the risk could go up here for later today. This will be late because the further east you go, the longer or the later that the storms are going to be because the cold front's moving eastward here. So it's going to take a little bit longer to reach over here. But later today, we could have a couple storms severe storms by Mississippi and out there possibly towards like southwestern Alabama near Mobile. Can't rule out a couple isolated severes in that case and all that stuff. But yeah, a little bit of extra attention is going to be needed for y'all out there by central western Louisiana as the Storm Prediction Center did add a level 2 threat out there. Regarding tornadic probability, we do have a 5% chance for tornadoes now across Louisiana, so we could have some. The tornado threat has been heightened a little bit, has been upgraded a little bit, so make sure you guys are watching that closely today. Damaging winds, 15% chance for gusts, possibly 60, upwards of 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. No hail for this region here, just a little itty-bitty hail threat today across like Kansas, mostly in northern Oklahoma, which it won't be anything significant either, nothing big. Maybe some small hail up to quarter size, maybe at most 1.5 inches in diameter, which is still relatively on the lower end of things. But all right, everybody, well, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up here. If you all did enjoy it, once again, leave a like. If you guys could, please hit that subscribe button on your way out. Be greatly appreciated. And like I said, share this to your friends, your family, share it to your Facebook, your Twitter, just to help get the word out there. That way we can continue to keep you guys safe and weather aware. By you guys sharing this, you can help us ensure that other people are getting the message and that potentially could be helping save people's lives here. That's obviously the main goal here, and I'm happy to say that we have helped out a lot of people in the past, and we're going to continue to do so as long as I can, and everything like that. So we're here for you. Once again, just know that, and we care about you guys and everything. All right, everybody. Well, you guys take care. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll catch y'all later on with something. I'm not too sure what we're going to do later today. I'll probably do some live coverage for Louisiana later. We'll see. Timing wise, let's see. Let's take a look at the timing real quickly. I do want to see kind of roughly when we can expect the storms by Louisiana. Oh yeah, that's not until this evening. We'll probably go live late, probably later this evening, maybe around 8 or 9 o'clock or so. Just to give you guys a little bit of coverage out there towards Louisiana. But yes, so storms could be a little bit more severe out there. A little bit more instability. Winds are a little bit less over here, but still, definitely could be tornadic producing. So we'll get you all updated with that. But all right, everybody. Well, you guys take care. Stay safe out there. Hope to see you guys later on today. Once again, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button on the way out. Be greatly appreciated. And all right, everybody. Well, stream's going to head off here in approximately 2 minutes starting now. So go ahead and say goodbye to your friends, your family, anybody you're hanging out with there in the chat. And all right, everybody. Well, you all have a great morning. Have a great day at school, work, wherever you're doing today. Hope you guys have a great day. And all right, everybody. Well, you guys take care, and we'll catch you guys later on. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. Once again, hit the subscribe button on your way out. Leave a like. Be greatly appreciated. And all right, everybody. Thanks for joining. We'll catch y'all later on. Peace out, my friends. See ya in the next one.